We're from Jersey, baby, 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 baby. And you're not.
Back your hips up, down, up, down.
We're from Jersey, baby. From Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. Baby, 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 and you're not.
Boy, that was a lot of work.
Where the fuck the cornbread muffins at?
Where the fuck your Ozempic at, bitch? Baked it from scratch.
That crust looks dry as hell.
Fuck you, bitch, so does your back from carrying 3 stomachs everywhere.
Thanks, but I don't eat pork.
Bitch, you swallowed 3 meat whistles last week. Don't act picky now.
Grammy, I think I'm in love.
Your hair looks like the towel I step on after the shower. Must have been a dare to get with you.
They fucked up my order again.
You've eaten so much we had to hire a second fryer just for your fucking shadow.
Oh, fuck. If I was your age, I'd be wearing those beef flaps like a hood.
Grandpa, what the actual fuck?
If you chewed any louder, I'd think you were giving that bag head.
Grandma, is it cool if I have a guy over tonight? Another one?
The only difference between you and a rooster is a rooster says cock-a-doodle-doo and you say any cockle-doo, fucking tramp.
Breaking news. Red Lobster has announced that they no longer will be accepting EBT. Our team is on the ground now breaking this live.
Y'all, this is some bullshit. They bring back the cheddar biscuits and do some shit like this? Be fucking for real. Oh my God.
Are you fucking serious? How the fuck is we supposed to pay then?
Well, I don't think they should have been taking it in the first place, if you ask me. I feel safer here now.
They stole that election in 2020. They gave us a goddamn COVID so we'd send in those mail order ballots and all that bullshit, and the post office cheated too. Everybody in this country cheated us out of our president in 2020. They made us sick. I'm sorry.
Go, baby.
They overthrew the United States of America. They overthrew the constitutional republic of the United States of America. And then they covered it up with their January 6th bullshit. With their insurrection. Because the first thing President Trump did, God bless that man, and I love him, and everybody knows it. I love him more now than I ever loved him, and I loved him pretty damn good.
Oh, no. What the fuck happened to my opening song? God damn it. How did that happen all of a sudden? What happened there?
You're an idiot.
Play.
I can't be blamed for this one. Damn it. All right, we'll have to put it in post. All right, let's pretend like the song just ended. Let's do that. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Boomer Bunker, the 4th of July version. I don't understand what just happened to my opening music. It was always there. I hit it, and there's this big triangle yellow with an exclamation point. Like,
nope.
No.
It's not producer Mike.
No, it's not
Don't
Mike.
blame him.
It's not Mike. It's me. It's mine. It's mine. Shut up, you.
You stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt.
Tom, how dare you? Oh, what a couple of days it's been, ladies and gentlemen. It's been crazy. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, real professional over here. You know, and how many times do I always hit the button, like right before we do this, just to make sure everything's working? And I know, Deuce, I know you need a 2-minute something card.
Check card or
check
card.
2-minute time to do something card. That's what you need.
2-minute time to do something. So who are you?
Oh, I am. I'm the worst person in podcasting. I am the scum of the earth. I am a misogynistic, homophobic, bick.
What?
I'm a homophobic.
There you go.
I am a racist, and I'm John Domingo, and I wear it like a badge of honor. Just because people don't understand shit, or just because people have an issue and they've been indoctrinated, or they're scared. They're scared to talk about things like an adult, like we used to.
And all, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I'm John Domingo, and sitting next to me is the Duchess. and then in the back end is producer. That's where we keep them.
We like to keep Mike in the back end.
Yes,
once it's inside, it's my load.
There we go.
For shame.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. So I live outside the Philadelphia area, and apparently the Philadelphia, they're in the middle of a trash strike. Like, in other words, all the trash people have struck, and they're not picking up trash.
How can you tell? I mean,
well, I'll show you how we can tell. All right. So then the mayor of Philadelphia, the one that can't spell Eagles. Oh, I can see it's new. Yes, her.
Eagles.
She decides that she's, and again, I mean, she's so much fun. I'm not going to lie. She is a blast. Here she is. Oh, I see what's going on here. Everything's upside down. I was like, what's going on with all my stuff here?
Twitter chat works.
Besides that, here's the mayor.
Will be no residential trash collection or recycling effective Tuesday, July 1st. We encourage residents and we ask you to please refrain from placing any trash or recycling out for curbside collection until further notice. And
what just happened?
I don't know.
Will be no resident.
Hang on.
First, we encourage residents and we ask you to please refrain from placing any trash or recycling out for curbside collection until further notice. And
okay. Oh, it ended. That's what happened. It just. I thought that ended so abruptly. All right. So that was was Tuesday, right?
Well, she was asking for Tuesday, July 1st, not to put out garbage.
Right.
I'm sure nobody paid the fuck attention to that.
Well, you say that, but let's see. It's day 2, just today. Let's see how it's going.
It's everywhere. I mean, this dumpster showed up yesterday on day 1 of the strike, and the trash is overflowing, pretty much blocking the sidewalk, overflowing into the street. And on the other side, I showed you guys just a half hour ago, it's halfway up to the stop sign here at 18th and Catherine. This is one of 60 designated spots where you're supposed to be bringing your trash. I mean, you can smell it from a block away. The city says Philadelphia generates 2,000 tons of trash every day. And right now they have 60 sites like these set up for people to bring their garbage. Yesterday, we saw some issues at the site, striking workers blocking entrances with cars, and according to the mayor, opening fire hydrants to keep people from bringing their trash. Workers want you to avoid solving the problem as a kind of bargaining tool in their negotiations with the city. The Parker administration filed multiple injunctions to try and get people to bring their trash here, including one to keep picketers 10 feet away from facilities where they're striking and limit picketers to 8 per location. We asked the city what's being done to mitigate the situation until a deal is reached. Here's what they had to say.
We're doing the best that we can with the resources that we have.
Are you looking at other resources,
That's not an
perhaps
answer.
from other municipalities or private resources that you might be able to hire to come in and help?
Absolutely. So right now, we're actually looking at...
Hey, that's actually a good idea. Write that down. We might have to do that.
He's all like, absolutely.
Absolutely. Ooh, that's a
have
good
thought
idea.
of that.
That's a good idea. Hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Something smells wrong.
Trucks to support our operations to clean up those illegally dumped locations and sites.
It's not illegal. They put dumpsters there. They just filled up like instantly. And not for nothing. Like I'm not a fan. Look, if you have people protesting and they're blocking your roads, the picketers should not be impeding people who just want to put their garbage out. That's bullshit. And they're turning they're putting the fire hoses on them. That's bullshit.
So, all right, hang on now. Calm down over there, you.
Well, I don't live there.
All right,
so
Philadelphia is a very union town. I mean, extremely union.
Yeah, but I don't want garbage in my house.
I understand that, but what you do not do, because most of the people that live in Philadelphia and the surrounding areas, they work union jobs. All right. So what you do not do is you don't scab and cross a picket line. How dare you? You don't do that. I know this because I worked in the elevator business for 24 years, and I worked in the city of Philadelphia, and there were strikes.
Ugh.
And inside the building, the elevator broke down, and I come pulling up, and there's a picket line, and I pull up, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Nope.
So I immediately call the union and say, hey, look, there's a picket line here, and I just got a call. I said, I'm not crossing. I said, I'm going to call the company, letting you know that I'm not crossing. Now I'm going to call the company and tell them I'm not crossing and see what they say. But here's what they do. Okay. It's not a little known fact. It's quite wide open. Say there's a building and it has 7 openings. What they'll do is they'll say you can picket at 5 of them. 2 of them you can't. So people like elevator people, electricians, or someone so they can get in and take care of something. So that's what happens. But when they first strike, they strike all 7 until they get an injunction to remove them from two exits so people can come in. But that's some serious shit over there. Like they'll set your van on fire if you cross a picket line.
That's fucked.
Your van on fire there in Philadelphia.
But like these people are not taking their jobs. They're still, trust me, you're still going to need the garbage guys to come. And if they have regular garbage guys, Philly's still gross. It's still gross.
I understand everything you say.
Oh,
so
can you imagine you live there and that's just mountains of trash, rats and roaches? It stinks.
Yeah, it's horrible, right? Okay, so these guys that do this trash, they want a contract. Take a guess at what they make an hour right now.
I'm not racist. Thank you. Garbage. Okay, so is
a Philadelphia Union City
okay, so
garbage
they work
collector.
For the city.
They work for the
they
city.
Work for Philly. Okay. I would think these guys are not making less like a regular guy who's been there a while, not like a noob.
Their top rate.
Oh, their top rate? $45 an hour minimum.
Would you believe it's $22 an hour?
Oh, that's bullshit. No, they need more money. I would strike it.
Okay, see.
Oh no, fuck that. That's minimum wage in California, isn't it?
Right, exactly.
Like
and
they
these
can
guys
make hamburgers out there.
these guys are out in this heat, and they're stopping and picking up all this garbage, and they're doing it all day long.
That's
and
a
now
shame.
listen, don't get me wrong, they get benefits and stuff
Their
like that.
Their union sucks.
Exactly, their union sucks. Their union sucks. Now, I'm sure you're saying to me, well, John, how is the people in Philadelphia handling this?
Not well.
Sherelle Parker got up there with that Tyler Perry wig and that lipstick all over her teeth and told people they need to drop their trash off at trash drop-off locations tomorrow because they ain't coming to pick it up. Bitch, ain't nobody doing that. You gonna have the whole city smelling like hot ass tomorrow because it's hot and ain't nobody bringing that trash to no fucking trash drop-off location. They gonna put it right outside their house. Stop playing. Pay these people so they can come pick up this fucking trash. Ain't nobody trying to deal with this. My cat is biting me right now.
Ain't nobody got time for
He
that.
must have voted for Sherelle Parker.
I mean,
hang on. Comments though. Just burn the trash. Yeah, we'll burn Philly down.
All right, first of all,
and then Predator's super mad. She wasn't wrong. You need to pay people.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Whoever is tasked to pick up garbage, whoever's job that is, man, woman, whatever, you need more than $22 an hour. How do you live in Philly on $22 an hour?
That's a really good. Well, because some of the like
their union
South Philly and some of the other outer areas are less. It's not like you're living in Old City or down Center City proper.
And you said that's the top?
That's what it said. Top pay, $22 an hour.
There you go. That's $44,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's not much above poverty is $35,000.
Right. And these guys are breaking their ass humping trash every day. Now they also get overtime and stuff like that. I get all that.
As they should.
As they should. All right. So here we go. Gloria.
Question for the mayor of Philadelphia. Are you aware that not everybody owns a car? Are you aware that Philadelphia is a city and not a suburb? Are you aware that Philly is known to be a walkable and public transit city? The mayor of Philadelphia said that since the sanitation workers are on strike, that everyone should just put their trash in their cars. Newsflash, not everybody has a car, a garage, a driveway to park their personal trash can. So you want people without cars to bring all of their garbage onto public transit. You want people to take an extra SEPTA ride, holding all of their garbage to take it to another location. What an out of touch statement. Not to mention in July heat. It is so hot here, you guys. Look up what the weather is right now in Philadelphia and you're gonna faint. Like, this is insane. Pay sanitation workers and respect the people who clean our cities. For anyone who says, why do you care? You live in Jersey, you don't even live in Philly. I've lived 5 minutes from the Ben Franklin Bridge for the last 38 years of my life, okay? Philly is my city. It's my neighboring city, okay?
Can you just
She can probably
email me the
smell-
rest of this story?
She can probably smell the hot garbage
I was gonna
from
say,
her house.
wafting
It's
it
just,
from the river.
yeah. That's good. They need like a garbage barge, and then like, what didn't they do that like with New York or something? Didn't they like take all the garbage out on barges? And, oh, that's where they had the spills with the needles and all that bullshit. all the
Yep,
medical waste.
they did that. Yeah, they
ruined another summer. So
right, because it all came out.
you got to pay. Where? I would love to see the budget for that city. Like,
we're gonna
where's
get.
your money going? I mean, I know there's probably a lot of renters, but
Don't get ahead of me.
Sorry. I know what happens when you spoil the news stories.
I know it's
Been there,
terrible.
done that.
Okay, hold on. Let's see how it's working out in some of the city's areas.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. This shit is nasty.
They got a dumpster there. The trash is overflowing a dumpster. It's 4 foot high, 20 feet, 30 feet back.
Where all this trash come from?
In between dumpsters, those dumpster
between
trash in
dumpsters.
between the dumpsters, another dumpster.
Another dumpster. It's horrible. All right, so and again, maybe I shouldn't play all these. What's that say? Because I have a thing up. I can't
All
see
right,
it.
so average waste management workers in California make $48,000 to $91,500 depending on the time in and their union. So, I mean, now look, I get it. Like coming in, like when you're the noob, you're at the bottom. So you get,
sure.
you get the
Of
least
course.
amount of everything, right? So, but come on.
Well, right now it's 18 to 22 an hour is what they're getting paid.
I could literally work in Walmart.
Right.
And make
Yeah,
that.
basically.
And I'm in air conditioning. I mean, not that
Yes.
it's an easy job. I'm not saying that either. That's
It's easier than slinging trash.
Well, beats being out in the heat and picking up garbage. Yeah. Look, I'm delighted with my sanitation workers. I leave bottles out and shit. Like, thank you.
Hey, where I live, it used to be fantastic. You could put a dead body out there, and as long as you wrapped it right, they'd take it. I mean, but now they went with the trash that you can put in a container, and they bring the one thing. That's horrible now.
They have cameras
Before.
on that too, by the way.
Yeah.
Remember, you used to just put bags in. They would just ditch the
Right.
bags. If
Yeah.
your bag is sus.
Jerome Parker, you have officially lost your mind if you think I'm about to DoorDash my trash to whatever dumping site that you done created. I'm
DoorDash
tired
my
of it. You
trash.
just set up 50 million speed bumps and 50-11 red light cameras, but you telling me you couldn't come to the deal with the trash people in the middle of the summer so the trash is not stinking and having all types of rodents, animals, and bugs all over it?
Hold on, Mike. Did you just play a chirp?
No.
Rewind that. Rewind that, please.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Trash is not stinking and having all types of rodents, animals, and bugs.
That was like a triple beep. Didn't it go like chirp, chirp, chirp?
I thought it was Mike. I was like, okay, that's fine. But then I didn't see. Like usually, I see it something light up on his side, and I didn't see it light up.
Girl, get your hearing checked too. Holy
Come
shit.
on. Can we send this girl? Can we DoorDash this girl a 9-volt battery, please? You know what it
DoorDash
was?
my trash.
I got to be
That's
honest
the
with you. She's
episode.
probably got 3 smoke detectors, and they all went off at the same time. They all chirped at the same time. Hold on, let's do it again.
In the middle of the summer, so the trash is not stinking and having all types of rodents, animals, and bugs all over.
There's 3 of them.
Her alarm might like chirp. I've never heard one that chirps.
I've never heard one chirp like that. I'm sorry.
So Sparky wants to know if we have private trash picker uppers. Well, it's with the township. My township.
No,
does it.
we have a township trash people. Yeah, and
But I
here's
know-
and again, I'll say the thing about my township is if it doesn't fit in it. Like the other day, I had to throw out a couple of pieces of furniture and stuff, and you just put it out front, and they come by with a like a little crane, and they come out and they grab it, and they throw it in.
Yeah.
Bob says 9-volt battery installation techs could make more than trash workers.
Probably.
All right, hang on. Let's finish this up.
Brent, no. You want us to now go in the front of our house where we dropped the trash off thinking that it was going to be picked up, take it out of the trash bins, put it on top or inside of our car, and Instacart it over to the dumping sites that you done created? Oh,
baby there
no.
too?
I didn't know. Do you want to get reelected? Because it's given one term and you're out the door.
She's had it.
Some dick, don't you?
Well, look, if you're telling people they just got to drive their trash somewhere for people who don't have vehicles or any mode of transporting it, that's a very privileged thing to tell people. When, normally you would have a vehicle that would come around and, pick up the trash, but you need to pay those people. And so I guess they're in the middle of the contracts and they went, nah, it's not good. And we're going to strike. Well, I mean, hopefully they didn't go crazy, and take it like we make $22 an hour. So I want you to pay us $50. Like that jump is crazy, but there needs to be.
They knew exactly what they were doing. What's this week? What week are we in right now?
Oh, well, it's 4th of July weekend.
4th of July.
All the garbage, 4th of July on a Friday. So everything's shut down and just cooking. And if they're getting weather out there, it's wet and ugh.
And remember, they have fireworks down at Penn's Landing, and they have fireworks at the art museum.
So all the
and that whole place is packed. And usually when it's done, there's everywhere.
It's going to be lovely. It's going to look like Kensington. With the
the smell of garbage wafting in the air. Nothing screams independence like
Welcome
the smell
to Philly.
of rotting chicken. All right, so you asked about who makes what in Philadelphia.
If you need 5 fucking assistants to do your fucking job, then you shouldn't have it. If you live in Philadelphia, I implore you to not take your trash anywhere, okay? Instead, when your trash is ready to be picked up, I think that you should call City Hall. I think that you should call the mayor's office. You should email the mayor. You should tweet at the mayor. You should write on the mayor's Facebook wall. Are Facebook walls still a thing? Either way, the image that you're looking at is all of the jobs that Sherelle Parker has created and their salaries. Meanwhile,
can't read it.
Meanwhile,
I'm
she's
thinking
fighting
it's bigger.
to not give the hardest working people in this city a raise, a fair raise, a fair wage. Like, these are the hardest workers in Philadelphia.
So this includes sanitation workers, water department employees, police dispatchers, street maintenance crews, and airport operations staff. Oh, no.
These people save lives, pick up trash, keep your water.
All right, so the mayor, she makes $240,000 last year. She made $240,000. Coming up, she's making $261,000. Her chief of staff made $212,000 last year. This year, she's slated to make $245,000. The chief deputy mayor,
new job. Yep.
Right, new job, $245,000. The first deputy chief of staff,
get the fuck out of here,
made $158,000 last year. I don't know what she's making today. The chief administrator to the mayor, $101,000 last year. I don't know what it is. New job. Assistant. Is that? Wait a minute.
Assistant deputy mayor.
Right. Is $65,000. The driver.
Yeah, go ahead.
The driver for. It's very hard for me to read because it's so small. Hang on.
It's the director of communications.
Okay. $180,000 this year.
So to run their social media.
Right.
And press releases. Okay.
Social advisor of intergovernmental affairs, new position, $202,000. Senior advisor makes $234,000. Deputy mayor of intergovernmental affairs.
I don't speak Spanish.
makes $205,000 a year. So look at all the amount of money that these people in Philadelphia
what's
are
their
making.
DEI officer make? 182,000.
No kidding.
Yep.
That's insane, isn't it?
Well, that doesn't seem fair or diverse with their salary.
No.
Yeah. So this is why, okay, people, all Philly people who are registered voters, vote these morons out. You don't vote them out. This is the problem. If you don't vote, you don't pay attention, you don't go to meetings, and all of a sudden now one day nobody's picking up your trash. Oh no.
Here's the deal.
That's what happens. Pay the fuck attention.
Philly is a union town. Philly votes Democrat every year.
Well,
every year. It doesn't matter.
Welcome to garbage.
Every union representatives, they all come out during this election time, and they donate to the Democrats. They come out and they tell you got to vote Democrat. You can't put a Republican in there because he'll take away your gerbs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So fun time in Philly this weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
a lot of pissed off people over there.
Yeah.
But you know who didn't go on strike? You know who's working hard for their money right now? Those fucking meter maids over there. They're still writing tickets left and right.
Yeah, they pay
Those
them lots
pieces
of money.
shit.
Yeah. There you go. Tom says the trash isn't getting picked up because Trump deported all the illegals that were picking up trash for $10 an hour under the table. Not in Philly.
That's a lie, Tom. You don't know that. Stop putting misinformation on my show. How
You're
dare you, Tom?
Chief of misinformation.
Right.
We're not
Tom.
paying you.
Chief. I'm Tom, Chief of Misinformation.
Professor of misinformation.
Professor of misinformation. All right. My favorite place right now.
Oh my God.
My favorite place right now is the alligator Alcatraz.
Oh, the concentration camp, please.
Wow. Okay. So let's get into the alligator. Well, it's actually the concentration camps. You're right.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's find out what it is. This is Caroline Levitt, and she's talking about they're opening the alligator Alcatraz down in Florida.
On a scheduling note, tomorrow, President Trump will travel to the great state of Florida to attend the opening of a new illegal alien detention center located at Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport alongside Secretary Kristi Noem, Governor Ron DeSantis, Congressman Byron Donalds, and other state and local leaders. We hope to see many of you there. The facility is in the heart of the Everglades and will be informally known as Alligator Alcatraz. There is only one road leading in, and the only way out is a one-way flight. It is isolated and surrounded by dangerous wildlife and unforgiving terrain. The facility will have up to 5,000 beds to house, process, and deport criminal illegal aliens. This is an efficient and low-cost way to help carry out the largest mass deportation campaign in American history. We are truly coming off a historic week of President Trump racking up win after win on behalf of the American people.
All right. So now you would say, oh, my God. I'll put a pin in this, Cody. John, would you say that Tom is the tower of power of misinformation? Yes. And I will get to the because I did. God damn it. You got me right in the middle of this. You know what, Cody? I'm doing a story here and you got to throw another story. You sit there and pay it. I know what I'm doing.
I'm a professional.
I'm a professional loser. I've lost more radio jobs than you'll ever get, Cody.
All right. So I have a note. We're going to talk about that when you're
Tower
done with
power.
this.
Yes.
Right. Got it.
Thank you, Cody, for reminding me about the Tower of Power. Thank you, Cody. I was just doing an imitation of a Grand Rapid retard loser.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me get back to Alligator Alcatraz.
Again.
All right. So here's the big opening.
It's a great honor to be deep in Florida, the Florida Everglades, to open America's newest migrant detention center. It's incredibly built, and you're seeing that yourself. That's why I said, let the press join us on our walk so they can see what's happening. It's known as Alligator Alcatraz, which is very appropriate because I looked outside and that's not a place I want to go hiking anytime soon. But very soon, this facility will house some of the most menacing migrants, some of the most vicious people on the planet. We're surrounded by miles of treacherous swampland, and the only way out is really deportation. And a lot of these people are self-deporting back to their country where they came from. Quite a few. We're amazed at actually the number.
The tremendous alligators. We have
They're the best.
The best alligators.
The sharpest teeth.
Real chompers. And, real chompers.
Like
ice chompers.
Like hungry hippos, but
Yes,
just
we've
crunchy
all,
munchy gators.
We've fitted them all with ice hats. We've deputized the alligators.
We've deputized and weaponized.
I love he's got a Gulf of America hat on. I mean,
Oh my God, he does.
He's the troll in chief. I love when he does this shit. And what it does, it freaks everybody out, which we'll get into.
Of course.
So he's taking people down there. Hold on, let's finish it up.
We took the FEMA money that Joe Biden allocated to pay for the free luxury hotel rooms, where he's paying hundreds of millions of dollars in New York City, and we used it to build this project. And Your Honor, was just a little fraction of that money, the money they spent on that.
So
Is he all right? Sparky said that Trump looked bad and sounded bad. He sounded tired, like
he's
a little
the
slurry.
man nonstop works.
You gotta sleep, otherwise you're on TV.
He
You're like,
nonstop works. Meanwhile, his predecessor, Joe Biden, was at a speech
literally
today.
sleeping. Oh no.
And you should have seen him. They had Jill. Jill comes flying into the place like nobody's. They're trying to ask her a question. She comes running in.
Yeah.
And then Hunter's behind, kind of letting Sleepy Joe, come on, Pops, let's go. We got to make some money. Here you go. We're going to get up on the stage and do it.
On up.
And all they did, all you could see of that speech was the last minute where he goes, yeah, thank you very much for letting me come and speak. And everybody cheers and all that. I would love to hear what the hell he had to say. All right. So let's talk about Alligator Alcatraz.
Okay.
First of all, they built this thing in like a couple weeks. Number one, 5,000 beds. It has air conditioning. It has food service. It has medical service. And it also has a runway. So when they go through, you want a due process, here comes due process. And I got to tell you, there's one thing about
fed?
Ron DeSantis. Oh, yeah. They're feeding them. They have like they're bringing in food to feed these people. They're getting 3 hots and a cot is like what they say.
So they're getting fed.
Yeah.
They're being housed.
Yes.
I mean, it's not optimal. Of course, it's not the hotel in what's that poor hotel that they destroyed in New York.
The Roosevelt.
It's not the Roosevelt.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure people are taking the garbage away. They have toilets.
The homeless vets would love to have this place.
Yeah.
Homeless vets would love to have this place.
Are they literally digging a mass grave so when they get murdered they'll be put in it? Are they going to the crematoriums? Like, are they cooking people? No, it's not a concentration camp.
Well, hold on. Yeah. You would when you listen to the left meltdown.
I know.
All right, but so again, the left is screaming, "Oh, due process! Everybody needs due process." Okay, let's get due process. In the Biden administration, they would just cut them loose in the country and say, hey, you know what? In 3 years, show up for your appointment.
Oh,
right.
And by the way, here's some ID. Here's some money. Here's a cell
here's
phone.
Security
and make
number.
sure you show up to vote.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So here's DeSantis and Trump, and they're talking about how they're going to expedite the due process methods.
Okay.
We're offering up our National Guard and other folks in Florida to be deputized to be immigration judges. We're working with the Department of Justice for the approvals. I'm sure Pam will approve. But then I'll have a National Guard judge advocate here. Someone has a notice to appear. Biden would tell them to come back in 3 years and appear. Now you'll be able to appear in like a day or two, so they're not going to be detained, hopefully, for all that long. We'll have people here in this facility that can make, it's a bureaucracy. The president's got to deal with the bureaucracy. Now, that Supreme Court ruling was good because that's going to allow him to be able to exercise Article 2 the way founders intended, but you still have bureaucracy. So we want to cut through that so that we have an efficient operation between Florida and DHS to get the removal of these illegals done.
Done. It's all a one-stop shopping.
Isn't that the best?
Efficient.
Right.
Not come back in 3 years because they're writing it in their phones. Yeah, come back in 3 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they're not.
And you know what? This is such a great idea. Stephen Miller, he has he's talking to the other Republican governors of states.
Go to every Republican state. Now, of course, in a sane country, Democrats would do it too, but they love the illegals. They hate the Americans. We want every governor of a red state, and if you're watching tonight, pick up the phone, call DHS, work with us to build facilities in your state so that we can get the illegals out, we can get the criminals out. And also, very importantly, Laura, we need Congress to pass the big, beautiful bill which contains the funding that ICE desperately needs to carry out the mass deportation agenda.
Now, we reach out to other states, Stephen, and a lot of them are open to helping. Alaska told us that we don't have alligators, but we have lots of bears. However, they aren't aware of any plans for an Alaska version of bear. I said bear Alcatraz. So, Stephen, there's good news there.
Okay. I mean, I think this is an amazing thing. Now, you have states like our state, New Jersey, and then you have New York City, and you have that.
Areas attract bears. The bears can smell the menstruation.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And then you also have the California, and they're going to fight this every way because whenever they talk, they say that they are getting rid of immigrants. Right. No, they're not. They're getting rid of illegal immigrants, the people that came to this country without due process. They just came in and they were just cut loose in this country, and Biden administration. And this is all done for Democrats to get votes because they can't do it on their policy because their policy sucks. And they're trying to turn this country into a socialist, communist hellhole, where these people came from. And if you listen to some people that have come here legally from China and from Korea and from places that have real communism, they see what's going on and they're like, hey, you know what? You better pay attention here because this is what we fled from, and we don't need this. People that come from, that came over here from Venezuela, not the gang members, like the real actual people.
Like Cuba. Yeah, all these guys,
right.
they don't
Cubans.
want that. They don't
right.
want that.
They want to come to a actual constitutional republic, a place that has a constitution and free rights and liberty and all. They want to come to that country. They don't want to see this country destroyed like the countries that they came from.
Right.
Is that too much to ask?
Get out!
Right now?
Yes!
I had also seen on X that New Jersey must build its own version of alligator Alcatraz. I mentioned this today on the Weather Report. And we can call it the Pine Barrens Penitentiary.
Oh, I like Pine Barrens Penitentiary.
And you're not getting out of the Pine Lands easy either.
Well, I mean, we don't
have to cut down the trees. So.
We don't have alligators, but
well, we got Bigfoot.
We have fucking mosquitoes. Some mosquitoes will tear you up.
Something. There's actually the Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil, yeah, we have the Jersey Devil. All right, so let's get into the left response to all this because they're never happy.
Right. In jail if I see somebody wearing an alligator Alcatraz shirt or any type of merch. It is a concentration camp.
It is not. It's not a concentration camp.
You know what a concentration camp is.
You don't know what you're talking about, but that's okay. You're just a dumb kid.
And using that language matters. It is a concentration camp.
No, it's not. And using that language matters.
Facts matter.
Yeah, facts matter.
And we're acting like it's an amusement park. It's disgusting. I will be in jail.
We're not acting like it's an amusement park.
Shut up.
What it is,
dumb fuck.
it is a detention center where people are kept in basic. I'm not saying it's the Taj Mahal, but you know what it isn't. It's not like a Russian jail. It's a detention center. Jody's 100% right.
What I find interesting is that prior to building this, a lot of the liberals are not sympathetic towards the Jews or their plight or their history. Now concentration camps are interesting,
right?
Because now there's something to talk about,
right? Well, some of them say that the Holycast never happened. the new live streaming Holycast. All right. So again, I love
be with you.
Yeah. 39 minutes and 30 seconds after that laugh.
Stop, that was so bad. No.
Already jotted it down.
All right, here comes another. I love leftist meltdowns.
You see this heinous bastard smiling and laughing in front of Alligator Alcatraz, talking about if you go in, you don't come out, and if you do, the alligators will get you. I don't know who this primordial suck navel is.
It's Benny Johnson.
Yeah,
is
I
who
like
it
Benny.
is.
I actually follow him. I watched his live stream when he was there.
Yeah.
So,
but he's got a blue check next to his name, so he must be pretty important.
That's what I love about the left. They really get into the details. They research. They get all the facts. They come with facts. I love this about the left. I mean, there's one thing you can say about the left is they're prepared for an argument.
she's on TikTok. What
Right.
the hell is she even? Don't yap about his platform. You're bitching on TikTok, dummy.
Right.
To the MAGA folks. He said he drove 4 hours just so he could stand there and fucking smirk and laugh in our faces about it and get a tour on the inside, apparently. MAGA loves this, and they know exactly what Alligator Alcatraz is. There is no point in sitting here trying to outline all the points of what makes a CC.
We can't say the word now.
What concentration camp is now? You can't say that on TikTok.
Well, apparently. What was that, John?
Shut up, you cunt.
Okay.
You know what that stands for? Because they know that it's a CC, and they know exactly what it is, and they're...
Honey, do you know what a CC is? Do you know what a concentration camp is? Hold on. Let me get a hold of Denise.
Oh, my God. This woman.
What is a concentration camp? CAMP. A concentration camp is a facility where government or military regimes detain large groups of people, often without formal charges or trials, because of their race, ethnicity, religion, political belief, or perceived threat to the national security or public
Wow.
order.
That doesn't seem like...
Okay. Now,
Denise is leaning left a little there.
I understand that. Okay, so it is a facility.
Mm-hmm.
It's a government facility.
Okay.
It is detaining large groups of people. Here's where it falls flat.
Yeah.
Without formal charges. Okay? Without trials. Because they are going to have trials. You just heard them. They're bringing people in that have trials. And it's not because of their race or their ethnicity or their religion or their political beliefs. It is because of their perceived threat to the national security or public order. That's true.
They're not.
But
they're not citizens.
They're not
a
citizens.
citizen.
Right.
And you're not here legally as a visitor, as a guest. You're not. So.
Okay. So then it says, here's the key characteristics. Large numbers of civilians are imprisoned. Civilians, okay. But then again, they've broken the law. No due process. People are usually held without any fair trial or legal justification. Oh, you mean like the people from January 6th that sat there for 4 years and some of them never even got a trial, never went to court or anything, never saw a lawyer? You mean like that? That concentration camp?
No, don't be silly. It's for Republicans. It doesn't matter.
Harsh conditions. These camps often involve forced labor, overcrowding, starvation, abuse, and sometimes death.
That's where we're getting down to the meat of it. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Targeted groups. Victims are typically from minority or marginalized groups. That's a little wokey right there. Yeah. Sparky says, has Denise been watching CNN? Yeah. Again, all right, so it says notable examples. Nazi Germany during World War II, millions, especially Jews, Roma, and political opponents were imprisoned and murdered in concentration camps. The Boer War. British established the first large-scale modern concentration camps in South Africa to detain Boer civilians. And then Soviet gulags and then Japanese internment camps during World War II. The U.S. forcibly relocated and detained 100,000 Japanese Americans. Okay. All right, so there you go. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't really fit that. So it's not a concentration.
It's essentially a pop-up prison. It's a pop-up holding. It's a pop-up holding containment area. On their way out the door, because next after this, they're on the plane.
Right.
This is them. I mean, look, it's not ideal, but it wasn't ideal to have millions of people stream in illegally, like blatantly in your face illegally. So now this is cleanup,
Right.
And
We have
you
to
know,
clean.
cleanup isn't great, but
Yeah.
I mean, they're still getting meals. They're still getting treated fairly. Well,
Medical
fairly.
treatment.
Yeah.
They're getting medical treatment if they need it.
Yeah.
And then and here's the thing. Let's say they go to this due process trial, whatever, the judge advocate that they have there. And he says, okay, well, you know what? You do have a reason to be here. Then they are let into the country. They're given, they are given a status to stay in the country. If not,
Bye, motherfuckers.
Yes, sayonara. Sayonara, senor. If that's what it is. All right, hold on. So here we go. Another liberal very upset.
Need you to understand how vile, how vicious, how disgusting, how cruel, how inhumane this administration is.
Stop
If you
whining.
haven't heard the term alligator Alcatraz, look it up. Go find it.
Google it.
And I'm sure you're going to hear some more about it. These assholes are out here laughing about these concentration camps. Yes, concentration camps. They're literally being built with fences in the heat.
I'm sorry, what?
It's got it's air conditioned. I bet you it's cooler. It's cooler than what it is in this studio right now. Right now, it's 84 degrees in here.
Is this the third white woman
Yes.
that came on to scream about this?
Yes.
Okay. From TikTok in
Yes.
their car. Oh, well, two were in their cars. One was in the bedroom, in their house, ignoring their child. Well,
right.
But okay, go ahead.
With fences in the heat, swamp infested areas of Florida to give that governor a nice little payday. They are cages. Jizz. No air conditioning.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Who knows if there's going to be running water? But
Of
Oh
course
my
they-
God! Stop it. We have 4 porta potties for 5,000 people. Sparky, exactly.
They have showers. They have facilities to use as a bathroom. Bob says she's probably in a $100,000 Denali. Probably.
When I don't see anybody
surrounded
around her helping her.
alligator infested swamps.
Yeah, that's so they can't escape. Right. Yeah, that's right. It's called stay put. Even Duchess wants to repeal the 19th Amendment. Isn't that where women's
for some?
For some.
And they think it's funny. They think it's funny. Now,
It was a
I
riot.
haven't done all my research on this second part that I'm about to talk to you about.
No.
But that doesn't stop me from yapping.
I'm still going on. I got a whole nother minute left on the tickety talks.
I haven't I haven't researched this yet, so I have no idea what I'm fucking about to say.
But I'm going to tell you anyway. It's wrong.
If it's even true, but that's not going to stop me.
I've seen a lot of videos about stories being suppressed about what they are doing with some of these immigrants that they are deporting. There have been sightings of immigrants being escorted in shackles on their feet onto cargo planes.
Okay.
The kind that open with the hatch in the back.
Like our military uses and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
you ready? Get ready. Okay. Because what do you think she's going to say?
Are she going to say we're dumping them out?
Hold on.
Are you kidding?
Here we
Fucking
go.
Lunatic.
And some of the things that are being said about this is that these cargo planes are flying out over the Atlantic Ocean and they're losing radar.
Oh my
And
God!
people are
Stop
coming up missing. Now, I'm not saying that it's true because I can't tell you factually it's true.
But I'm gonna anyway.
I don't have any facts about this. Someone told me a story, and I'm going with it.
And I'm gonna waggle my finger at you.
Right.
Okay.
I need you to understand.
All I can tell you is I've seen a few videos about this story being super, super, super suppressed by the media.
Yeah, because it's not happening. That's why. You know what we're doing? We're throwing them out. Do we give them parachutes? I don't know.
All right, Tom has a point. Jamingo dared to call me the minister of disinformation. Well, then she's the
Duchess of disinformation.
Hey, that's mean.
What? Just because I don't know, you're not the Duchess.
Give her
of,
Duchess.
all right, we'll give her whatever.
She can be the Mrs.
All right.
Minister
Basically, what it is
for Tom.
let's wrap it up. She can't
Bring it home.
understand
Land the
normal
plane.
thinking.
Mhm.
can't understand normal thinking. If you know, you know.
And there's photos out there, whether they're AI generated or not, I don't know. After hearing about alligator Alcatraz, it was pretty impressive. I would not put it past them.
Yeah.
There have been dictators in our history who have done horrific, nasty things. And as we all went through school and learning history, we all thought, how can anybody let that happen? Gosh, those people back there in that time, they were of a different mindset.
They didn't have TikTok. They didn't have TikTok in their car where they could scream about stuff that they don't know about and have misinformation.
All right, that car was moving. So was she driving?
I don't know that. I have
All right,
no
I had
idea.
to put up Ken's comment. It says, headline, Orange Jesus feeds marine life from the heavens. And then here you go. Sharks. Hey, it's raining Mexican food. It's Mexican Monday. Dictators like Woodrow Wilson or FDR.
Right.
So
okay.
It's all how you perceive it. I would love to get more information on the fact that they're loading people in the cargo planes and then just kicking them out over the ocean.
Right.
That was really ballsy to go, I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to perpetuate the bullshit by repeating it on TikTok in my echo chamber of crazy.
Now, I got to ask you a question, Duchess.
Okay.
Is Aaron in the chat? Is he in the chat? Have you seen him?
Pop up? No.
All right. I want to know if Aaron's in here because we all love Aaron, but that man can do a rant, right?
Can you send him that? Can you get a rant from him?
I found the opposite of Aaron. I would call him the leftist Aaron. If the leftist Aaron, I had to say it, would be this.
You're calling it alligator Alcatraz. Are you fucking kidding me? If you missed it, Trump is headed to a low-cost immigrant detention camp built by Ron DeSatan in the Florida Everglades. According to Triple K Caroline, quote, the only way out is via a one-way flight, and it's surrounded by dangerous wildlife. You cannot be fucking serious. Listen, I know most maggots are 10-watt bulbs and 200-watt sockets, but let me see if I can make this crystal fucking clear for you. A large concentration of folks deemed undesirable by the government put in a camp with no due process. If only...
Whoop!
Aaron's here.
Yeah, he's here. When I saw this, I said, oh my God, this is the leftist Aaron. All right, again, he's saying no due process. Yes, they're getting due process. Wrong.
There were some historical similarities there. Oh, wait, they might as well fucking write hard work will set you free above the entrance. And oh yeah, as for the whole low cost and efficiency thing, the expected spending on this is $450 million to intern 1,000 people.
That's not true. Jesus Christ.
You know
That's
I
what
don't
they
speak Spanish.
Oh my God. Maybe it is. I don't know. You know what? I shouldn't say that.
Oh, I love how you paused with him like
Right.
pause on his face as he's like contorted in rage.
I know. All right, maybe he's right. I don't know. Maybe hold on. I shouldn't say that.
I hope he does say fuck Muppet because that's
the expected spending on this is $450 million to intern 1,000 people. Not a great look.
First of all, it's 5,000 people. But still, it's pretty expensive. If his numbers are true, it is expensive.
You
were not mad about January 6th not getting their due process. Yeah, I didn't think you were. Yeah, exactly. All right, hold on.
For the party of fiscal responsibility. So when I tell you soulless, loathsome, maggot pieces of shit to get fucked, this is why. This is the side of history that you're supporting.
Oh, white guy in his car. Wow, thanks for putting that on Tickety Talk. Thank you. Another one.
All right,
But
so that's all I got on Alligator Alcatraz right now.
Louise.
I'm very excited about it. I love
it's like
it.
every week there's something new, and then
They're all melting down.
I know. It's
So this one lady, she's very upset about JD Vance. And again, I had to go back to when I had to go back to, let me see if I can find her real quick.
All right.
Here she is. She's tell me if this is a threat or not.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, I'm fucking maniac.
Run, and run like Forrest Gump, because you are never, ever, ever going to live one more day of both of your pathetic fucking lives without feeling the wrath of all of us. That's right.
Fuck is wrong
Lisa
with you,
Murkowski
Amanda?
of Alaska, you old fucking dinosaur cunt have an ass. And you, Captain Eyeliner, Jimmy, James, Bowman, David, whatever mommy fucking issues, Peter Thiel's dick sucking little bitch. You two have no idea the fucking beast you are about to encounter, because you too will single-handedly be responsible for millions of deaths. Do you get it? The deaths of special needs, medically fragile children, medically fragile disabled adults, elderly people who are in nursing homes. Yeah, they're all going to be affected, and a lot of those kids and a lot of those adults are going to die. So what? Bezos' new wife can get a fucking new face? I will spend every single second of every waking moment for the rest of my life making sure you pay for what you're about to do to my son.
There you go.
Ah, there you go.
Did she just spit at the camera?
I think
Shut
it's just
up, bitch.
I think it's just going flying out of her mouth.
That's
And it goes on for a lot longer than that. But I mean,
on TikTok. I hope she wasn't operating her vehicle while she was screaming.
I don't know. But I thought it was pretty funny.
All right, I don't know all of the details regarding the Medicaid and how that's affecting it. I know people will be removed off of it, but I don't know how. There are people who I know, like personally, who have family members who are in need, and they believe they are threatened and losing their coverage. So,
without giving anybody's name,
yeah,
how are they in need?
a disabled adult,
A disabled adult.
Not physically.
I cannot see them taking a fully disabled adult off of Medicaid. I can't. But what I can see is somebody that's sitting in the basement because they're, they're on SSRIs and they can't go outside and they're depressed and all that other stuff.
They podcast. No, I'm kidding.
Right. And here's and they podcast
I'm sorry. Well, you said basement, and I just kind of
twice a week. It's the most horrible person that has ever podcasted in the history
and then
of
back
podcasting.
to back on Wednesdays.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
People like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then what they're saying is they're not even going to take them off. What they want them to do is to go out and work 20 hours. And this might actually get them out of the situation that they're in. If you don't belong in it, you will get kicked off. Anybody that should be on it has nothing to worry about. But it also, what it does is when you take the people that are using and scamming it, what you're doing is you're strengthening it for the people that really need it. Can you put that back up for misinformation, Tom? Oh, can that be the
Professor
title?
Misinformation, maybe?
Yeah, the professor of misinformation. You text that to me, please. Tom, send me a note. The professor of misinformation.
I'm writing it down.
Thank you. It's less than 1% of Medicaid that's getting reduced, and we should add illegals are getting Medicaid. And then they also said it where they would not let them to remove the illegals from Medicaid. So this is what they're talking about. Bob says, the 175-year-olds are losing their Medicaid.
Yeah. Well, after they vote, they
and to be honest with you, when you're 175 years old, you really need your Medicaid. I can understand that.
Right.
All right.
Well, so I guess the question that I have, and I'm sure it's going to cause a little bit of a ruckus or discussion. So you know how sometimes when you file a claim for insurance or your doctor wants you to get something done and they kick it back immediately, and who do you talk to? Is somebody who's just like, nope, it says no. And it's not a professional. Right. Like, you're not talking to somebody who's a medical expert at that particular thing. Right. It's just, they said no. So I'm just, and again, if it's like 1%, but still, like, do you think there's going to be people that are going to get booted off that shouldn't be?
Can that happen?
100% efficient.
Yeah, it's not going to be 100% efficient. I'm sure some people will. But here's the other thing that they were talking about. And they've made, provisions in this bill for that. So let's say you're in, I don't know, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay. And, it's a shithole of an area. I'm just kidding. Anywhere.
Parts of
let's Alabama, someplace, right? And very West Virginia, where the people don't have a lot of jobs, and a lot of them are on Medicaid because they don't have money, right? So what they do is they go to the hospital. If they don't have Medicaid, they still go to the hospital. Hospitals in rural in places that's not populated, those places right there, those hospitals could go under because of not getting the funds. So what they did was they said, okay, well, we will support them. And I think it's called, it's like when you get insurance and you have an uninsured motorist, kind of something. So they put money in there for that. So the hospitals won't go under. All right. So, and to be honest with you, they're doing their best to do this where it's the most humane. But there's a lot of waste and fraud in here.
There's so much. I was going to share an article, but I thought it'd be kind of dry. But I'll go back and look for it again. Maybe we can discuss it on Monday about an enormous investigation and like takedown of enormous medical fraud, like with the B billion.
Oh, yes, that's right. There's huge amount of people that have been arrested for this. That's right. I didn't get.
There were several of them, and one of them went across like a multitude of states, including New Jersey, with billions
of dollars in
millions
fraud.
And billions. They caught people like shipping shit over the border, people that were like stamping it, tons of doctors, medical providers. So, I mean, that doesn't help. So we have all these bullshit false claims, and we got to start shutting shit down. It's too easy to game because they're so slogged down with nonsense and bullshit, like paperwork, and that like they can't catch up. So it's been gamed for years and years.
Yeah. Again, hopefully, like I said, he is moved that, they are moving fast, but the thing about the illegal immigrants that are on Medicaid, they really shouldn't be on there. All right. Cody says, LOL, what's worse? A few people being mistakenly removed or people mistakenly collecting for decades. Government's gotta goof it up. I'd rather see the cheaper goof. Yeah, Cody.
No, until it's you, like that.
Until it's you,
I'm
Cody.
sure. Yeah, I'm not like attacking you, but I'm just saying,
No.
like in general, like when government fucks up, it's not always a quick back on.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
There's people dependent on medication.
They shut it off.
treatments, and once you're shut, it takes forever to fix it.
Once you turn it off, it's very hard to get back on. They take forever.
So
they do.
sad.
So I get it.
Yeah,
And
Tom,
you know,
I can't
and
open Substack. I can't open links in this, but message it to me.
what's his
Discord.
Tom?
No, he has a post for me, and I think it's probably that. But send it to me, and we're not going to put it up on the show, but I'll use
we
it
can't
for
do
next
it.
week.
Hey Tom, take the Substack and put it private message to me in Discord, and I'll see if I can pull it up real quick because I would like to talk about that now if I can.
All right.
Let's see if Tom. Somebody sent me something.
I could
Okay,
have
it's not
sworn I
Tom.
shared it. I really
It's all
thought
right.
I put
It'll
it.
come up.
Mhm.
I'm sure it will.
I'll look for it because it was a really interesting article, and I was just reading it like, oh my god, like
Here
it's
goes Tom. Thank you. Thank you, misinformation, Tom. I appreciate that. Okay. Got to move it over to another thing here as we do this on the fly. Hey. I need a
Junior.
I do love that drop.
and I like to see you guys try to do this shit.
Oh, the opening started so well. If you're listening to this and you're on a podcast, didn't you love the beginning? Wasn't it phenomenal?
Oh, in the podcast, it won't even miss a
a
beat. Podcast, it'll be right. It'll be fine. But
It's
you know
gonna
me.
be phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
That's
I should
all right.
leave it. I should leave it out just in case.
It's just mess it. Well, and everybody be like, "What happened? I didn't hear."
Yeah.
You'll get messages. I didn't hear it.
Did something happen?
Yeah. If you don't hear anything, definitely message.
All right,
John.
this is unvetted. This is from Disinformation Tom. Strangers are deciding whether you live or die. Yesterday, I watched the government either make up the dumbest healthcare deal in Washington history or set the perfect trap for insurance companies. This is from Tiffany Ryder's Substack. She is red flag hero. She's a red flag hero.
Stars in her eyes.
When Dr. Oz asked everyone affected by prior authorizations to raise their hands, most of the room acknowledged that they have been burned. Reflective of the national average, he said, if 85% of Americans are being denied medical care by strangers, was perfectly normal because, I guess it is now. I was sitting in the government press room that felt more like the 1960s theater warms lights, velvet chairs, and kind of setup that makes you wonder if someone's secretly showing old movies on Friday nights. Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right.
I like writing words,
Yeah.
and I shall write words. All right, let's fact check. Let's try this.
Okay.
Before we dive into what happened, oh, no, not before. here's the scam. Your doctor, someone who went to medical school, completed residency, knows your medical history, says you need treatment. A stranger who's never met you gets paid by your insurance company, says no. In 2023 alone, Medicare advocate plans denied 3.2 million initial requests for care. This is not including regular insurance, just Medicare Advantage. All right. So, all right. I see what he's saying here. I don't have time to go through her whining, but I appreciate it, Tom. Thank you for the boring article.
I will hunt down and see if I can find that article. It's going to take.
That wasn't what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was looking for they've actually arrested like over 200 people in some kind of medical scam.
Medical scams. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it was. All right. Well, that brought everything to a screaming stop.
I found it, but I'm going to put it in for Discord in our chat for next week because I think we're going to need to really go through it. But it was the Department of Justice put it out, which is where I read it. So I'm linking it. So okay, sorry. Moving on.
Well, you know what this means.
Oh.
It's time for Trump. Tweets read by Kate. Will Trump be happy or irate? Will it make us laugh or will it be a groaner? Either way, Sparky Toaster will have a raging boner. Have a raging boner.
I'm never going to hate that. Okay. As President of the United States, I'm not going to let this communist lunatic destroy New York. Rest assured, I hold all the levers and have all the cards. I'll save New York City and make it hot and great again, just like I did with the good old USA.
All right.
I think it was levers, and I may have said levers. So, right.
Like levers, levers, it's the same thing.
Potato, potato.
Potato, potato. And for your viewing pleasure, we also have this.
Oh, so much smaller. All in capitals, by the way. He definitely had something to say. The one big beautiful deal is all about growth. If passed, America will have an economic renaissance like never before. It is already happening just in anticipation of the beautiful bill. Deficit cut in half, record investments, cash, factories, jobs pouring into the USA. MAGA.
It's time for Trump. Tweets read by Kate. Will Trump be happy or irate? Will it make us laugh or will it be a groaner? Either way, Sparky Toaster will have a raging boner. Have a raging boner.
All right, and we're back.
Thank you, Sparky.
All right, so we could just go right, kind of stay on that immigration situation.
Mm-hmm.
ICE arrests over 100 Iranian nationals across the U.S. amid sleeper cell concerns. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, arrested 130 Iranian nationals throughout the United States in the last week, and 670 Iranian nationals are in ICE detention as Trump administration continues to increase arrests of Iranian nationals in this country illegally amid security concerns.
I really got to send an email to my family.
Right. The presence in this country of undocumented immigrants or Iranian nationals who have links to Hezbollah, IRGC, is, in my judgment, a domestic law enforcement concern to the highest magnitude. Former Obama-era Homeland Security Secretary Jeff Johnson. So, again, Trump just let everybody in, no waiting. People came in, nobody,
Yeah.
And here they are. And, the FBI and ICE and all are rounding these guys up. And you don't see none of that on the news, do you? Again, whatever Trump does that's good, that you won't see shit about it.
Well, you see it on what? Newsmax, Fox News, and
right.
What? News Nation? Like, that's about it.
Right.
Oh, wait. Hey, so here's something interesting. Sparky wants to know if you've heard the guy who jumped the General Lee wants to jump the car in front of the White House and call it Jump for Trump.
Jump for Trump. I'm there. I'm for
Trump.
it. Let's jump for Trump. I got
America,
another.
You love him.
Let's get some body panels. We'll put it on a car and we'll jump it again.
And have fireworks and explosions when it comes through.
I want him to actually jump Trump. I want Trump to stand underneath it and look and I want the YMCA playing when he's dancing. And then as the General Lee goes over, I want fireworks coming out of it. I want all of that.
That'll be
America.
interesting. Yeah.
America. America. Exactly. All right. The Diddy trial.
Oh my God.
Have you been following this?
I have to say not really, because I think it's so awful. Like
It is.
some of the testimonies just really been really hard to listen to.
He
It's
is an
gross.
evil,
gross. He's a
evil
deviant.
piece of shit, this
Yeah.
guy. I mean, he's a real psychopath. And he had all this money and he thought that nobody could touch him, and he didn't care. And apparently somebody reached out and touched him. Now, here's the deal. He has only been found guilty on 2 of the 4 counts, and they're the lesser counts. They're 2 counts of transportation for prostitution under the Mann Act. He's still in custody. No bail is granted. He'll remain in custody. He'll remain in custody until his sentencing, whatever, until they tell him how long his sentence is. And that sentencing is on October 3rd.
Well, the judge just denied. He wanted to be out on bail. Judge denied it. Judge denied it. Yeah, he's got fucking money. He's like, no, I got family, and they're like, the judge is like, no.
I got family. You want my passport? I'll give you my passport. And he would have just flew the fuck out of here to some island that you didn't need a passport.
Yeah, he'd be in somewhere where they're not going to extradite him out. Yep.
If I had his money and they let me out, I'd have been out of here I'd have been shot out of here like a fucking rocket.
Yeah, he's got buckets of cash.
Absolutely.
You know, that they've been pulling that cash and cashing in all his shit because he needs attorney money and all that. Yeah, he's like, no, can I get out on bail? And I can't believe that the judge, well, I guess the judge waited to answer it, but it pretty much came back like, fuck no, you're not.
Outside the courthouse, supporters were chanting, "Free Puff." They even brought baby oil.
Oh, yeah, they were celebrating. I'm like,
Is
that how the parties start?
That's basically it.
Like, ooh. Oh, here you go. Boomer Bob says, if the baby oil don't
fit,
fit.
you must have quit.
Ew. Yeah. Well, now the stocks went back up. People are like, woo, we're back in business.
Back in business.
Yeah. It's astounding that those were big charges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think
they probably didn't have enough to make it stick.
So I guess, or whatever. I mean, he's going to go to jail for a little while. I don't think he's.
How long do you think he'll be in? Each one of those is a 10-year sentence.
Well, I'm sure they're going to work with something, but
yeah, he's been in jail for what, a few months now? So like,
yeah. Wycon Rob in Rumble just said, will we have a freak off to celebrate in jail?
I'm sure he has been. I'm sure he has been.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if you heard this, but the University of Penn has bent the knee
I've heard that.
Yes. They're doing the right thing, the University of Penn. Finally, here's what they're doing. Per the DOE announcement under UPenn's new agreement, the following actions will be taken. UPenn will restore to all female athletes all individual UPenn Division I swimming records, titles, and similar recognitions which were misappropriated by male athletes allowed to compete in female categories. UPenn will issue public statements to the university community stating it will comply with Title IX, specifying that UPenn will not allow males to compete in female programs to occupy Penn female athletic intimate facilities. The statement will specify that UPenn will adopt biology-based definitions for the word male and female, pursuant to Title IX and consistent with President Trump's executive order, defending women from gender ideology extremism and keeping men out of women's sports. Now, I know I'm homophobic and a transphobe for thinking that this is actually the right idea. All right. That's what I have been labeled. And you know what? All you people to think that, you crazy motherfuckers, you sick pieces of shit, you can all go fuck yourselves right off. Fuck right off.
People pushed for Title IX. Like they wanted Title IX, which clearly states it protects women against harassment, violence, discrimination in academics, in sport. Like that's what this is. And then they just went, nah. Like,
yeah,
so, and the Democrats supported Title IX.
Right. Again, if you're
I don't.
if
How do you
you're
have it
under
both
the
ways?
delusion
Yeah.
that a man can become a woman and is a woman, I'm sorry. I don't know where you bumped your head. I have no idea, but whatever. And you probably, maybe even one of your own children have done that, or even yourself if think that you're. But see, there's and again, I'm not saying that there are not really people that suffer from severe gender dysphoria, and then that
I'm sure that's out there. Yeah.
yeah, and basically the treatment for that is to transition. That's fine. I get that part of it, but not all of it, because you also have those what is it, gynophilia, autogynophilia. There's auto, gyna, and philia in the word. I don't know which way it goes, but
That was right.
and that's just men that get off going into women's spaces and pretending they're women. All right. And you can't, and here's the thing, there's no way to differentiate between them. So no, I'm not going to let people go in like Lily Tina and go into women's spaces and pretend to be a woman. I'm sorry. No. Cody says, I mean, lest anyone forget, Obama and Hillary campaigned on marriage being between a man and a woman in 2008. Yeah, I understand it, but we're all beyond that now. All right. Women can marry women, men can. I want everybody to be as miserable in marriage as heterosexual people. I do. I think you should get all the benefits of it.
All right. Well, not everybody's miserable, but okay.
Not everybody.
It's
a wonderful institution. Matter of fact, it's so great that 50% of it or more end up in divorce. Oh, and lesbians, 75%, 70%.
that's
Whatever.
a tough one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, now you ladies know what it's like to try to live with a woman. All right. UPenn will post the statement in prominent locations in its main website on each of its websites for women's athletics. Penn will rescind any guidance which violates Title IX, remove or revise any internal and public-facing statements or documents that are inconsistent with Title IX, and notify all staff and women's athletics of such rescissions. And UPenn will send personal letters of apology to each impacted female swimmer. How about that?
What made them do this?
Money.
Okay. Were the funding was being withheld?
Funding was being withheld. And they're like, you know what? Fuck that. You know what? You trans women, you're on your fucking own. That's what that's all about. Wait a minute. We love this. Oh, you're taking our money? Sorry. Like a booger on their finger.
Yeah,
they just flipped it out.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, because the physicality between a transgender woman and a biological woman are not the same.
Exactly.
And category wise, it's
Right.
it's not an even scale. I'm
right.
sorry, like it's not.
Anybody with a lick of common sense would know this. All right. But, there's delusional people out there. You know what? I want to be nice to the trans people. I want to be nice to them too. Okay, I do. Just stay out of the women's bathrooms, stay out of women's safe spaces, and stay out of women's sports, and go let your freak flag fly. Go do whatever you want. Go marry. You know what? Be a man, become a woman, and have a lesbian relationship. Fantastic. Love it. Have fun. It's amazing. Go ahead. I don't care. Stay out of the bathrooms. Stay out of women's sports. For fuck's sake, stay away from the kids.
They do. I think it's just extreme cases that you see with the kids. People want to live their lives, and I'm totally for that.
I'm a transphobe. I'm a transphobe because I believe that if you put something in front of a woman, they're not a woman. I'm not a guy. I'm a trans woman. Exactly, John. Couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, matter of fact, I did. Okay. All right. We haven't done this in a while.
Okay.
I have 3 videos for you.
All right.
Duchess reacts to the world. Jamingo will show her a video. Let's all guess how she's going to handle it. With a smile or a frown, we won't know until it's inside. Duchess reacts to the world. Jamingo will show her a clip. Will she laugh or will she sigh? We're waiting for her reply to this little surprise that's about to take flight.
My God, that song's way too long.
It
Okay.
is super long. I do want to say Rob in Rumble said that's a real kick in the balls to Leah Thomas.
It is a kick in the balls to Leah Thomas.
That's some low hanging fruit. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a low hanging fruit joke. How dare you? How dare you be so funny? All right, here we go. Ready, Duchess?
Oh.
All
Please
right.
tell me that's AI.
It is AI.
Oh, fucking thank God.
But how? I mean, how? But I mean, isn't it kind of like so realistic when you first see it? And
It's
with
a
the
car
noise,
pulling out in front of a motorcycle.
and then
Oh.
the motorcycle gets by oncoming car, and another car swears to miss the car and hits the head of another one. That's how
That
you
looks
can tell.
like Grand Theft Auto. Like
It
it's
is like,
almost
yeah.
that kind of.
I
Oh,
know.
okay. Oh, Buttfucker says Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, I just when you see it, you're like, holy shit!
I
And
had
then
to
you
look. I turned away. I was like, oh
Yeah, I
no.
know.
Oh, okay.
That just loves this one. All right, here we go. Here goes the number 2. This is true.
Oh no.
Here's a guy, he's doing a light, he's changing a light, and then all of a sudden he's hanging, and the guy runs out like he's going to catch him. Like, what's he going to catch? So he runs back and he takes it, he's going to let him down now. He's hanging upside down from the bucket.
Yeah. Now I've seen this, but like the guy hanging from the bucket is not moving. Like he's just like he's not moving he's not waving his arms like get me the fuck out of this. Like he's just
Hang on,
dangling.
let's go over this again. Let's see what happens.
I wonder. So it's a guy in a bucket and a
Right, a
tractor
bucket truck. He's
trailer.
changing a light at the like a light bulb in one of the traffic lights. Tractor trailer comes down and the trailer
Flips
hits
it.
the bucket.
Yeah,
and
hard.
flips it over. So let's see what happens. Yeah, it's a little.
It herky jerked him for sure.
But
so
he
I don't know
didn't. He didn't hit his head on the side of the trailer.
Yeah.
He's just hanging upside down. He's just trying to figure out how much money he's going to get from workman's comp for this little.
He's going to get all of it. He's going to sue the shit out of that trucking company.
Right, he's going to sue the trucking company for. So I get that one.
And then I guess they couldn't get him down because the
guy runs like he's going to catch him.
Yeah.
And then he sees now he's running up to let the bucket down. I think the bucket breaks and the worker can't let him down. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's terrible.
God, yeah,
that's
call
terrible.
EMS and all that.
Yeah,
That poor guy. Actually,
All
I
right.
need a follow up. I'm gonna have to Google that one.
Did the bucket truck guy live, or what happened?
What happened to bucket truck guy?
What happened to the bucket truck? Hey, let me. You lived mostly down the shore your whole entire life. Did you ever water ski before?
No, absolutely not.
No?
I am a sit on a boat with a drink kind of gal.
Oh, I loved water
I'm actually
skiing.
sitting on this. No,
I-
my ass does not water ski.
So when I was
My big
19
butt,
years,
no way.
I was 19 years old. I bought a boat so we could water ski right out here in the Delaware River. A lot of people would water ski and tube and stuff like that.
Good for you.
Thank you. And then I couldn't get my fat ass out of the water. It would, the boat. I was snapping ski ropes and everything. So one day I said to my buddy, I said, "We're not going in until I get out of this fucking water. I got to learn how to water ski." So 3 times pull me through the water. I water up my nose, water coming out of my asshole. I mean, it's just horrible. So finally he comes in, he throws a tube over. He goes, "Put your fat ass in this tube." So I get in the tube with the water skis and he pulls and poof, I pop right up out of the water and I'm water skiing. I'm like, yeah, that's great. And then that's how I learned how to water ski. So I water skied we used to go down the shore and do it. Loved water
Fun.
skiing.
Yeah, it looks like a load of fun, but
Mhm.
no, I can envision me like either I hold the ropes and like it's right out of my hands, like gone because they gun it and and
Oh,
you just
yeah.
lose grip on it, or if it goes, I'm just forward on my face like immediately.
I remember one time the Jimmy, his brother, had a jet boat with a 460 cubic inch Ford motor in it.
Okay.
And this thing was a monster.
Massive.
Yeah. So they're on the beach and they want to pull 3 skiers. So they're standing on a beach and they want to pull slalom skiers. So it's just 3, 1 ski. So they're sitting there and they go, "Okay, we're going to tighten the rope up," and I'm driving. So they go, "Okay, tighten the rope up." And when we say hit it, hit it. So I'm in the boat and they go, "Hit it." So then I hit it and then they're pulling and then pulling. And all of a sudden they let go of the ropes. When they let go of the ropes, it was like someone shot that boat out of a cannon.
Oh.
I'm screaming across the river, heading right for the island there. And I'm like, whoa. And what I didn't realize is when the reason that you can turn a jet boat is you have to have, exactly. You have to have power you can't just pull the power back and turn. It doesn't work like that. So I pull the power back. I'm turning, and I'm heading. It's not turning. I'm heading right for the aisle. I'm like, shit. So I punch it, and that thing laid up. And the guy said that all he could see was the whole bottom of the boat because it went up all the way up on its side for me to turn, so I didn't hit the island. But again, we used to have a lot of fun doing this shit.
Boat!
Yeah, they're like, oh, Jesus Christ, he's going to destroy my boat.
Okay, so here's some information about the worker who got hit by the tractor trailer. It says the worker sustained only minor injuries, such as scrapes and bruises, did not require hospitalization. And the incident, which was shared widely online, just Google bucket truck guy, is under investigation by the Denham Springs Police and Louisiana, looks like Department of Transportation or something, with no charges reported as of the latest updates. So safety protocols, including the mandatory use of harnesses, were credited for the worker's survival.
Absolutely.
Because that
Certainly
guy landed
did.
on his fucking head, and that's the end of that.
Saved his life.
Oh,
All right,
absolutely.
back to water skiing. So here's a guy water skiing. Coming across the wake. And then,
Oh my God.
he hit a dock.
God, is he dead?
No.
Is he okay? Is that Doc okay?
He broke his arm.
He's lucky it was only his arm.
Yeah, so
He hit that fucking Doc. Oh,
as soon as he went airborne, I'm like, ooh, this isn't going to end.
and you know he knew it too. He saw that Doc. He had to have seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Well-
thought that was his hip or something. So
Yeah. So what we used to also do is we would take like a tractor trailer inner tube, and we would tie a ski rope to it, and we would get on the back, and then we would ride around the river and everything. And then after they were on too long, they wanted to throw you off. So what they would do is they would take and do a tight turn. So they're doing a tight turn. Meanwhile, you're out 150 feet away from the boat, and you're flying, and that the tube is like two black bananas. You're just holding on until you can't hold it anymore, and then you go punk, and now you're midair. And the one time they did this to me, and I swear to God, I said, this is going to hurt. And I skipped like a rock. And when I hit the third time, it ripped my pants off me. Like my bathing suit was gone. And it's like, pow. And I'm like, shit. So then I skipped like 2 more times naked. And then I go in the water, right? And they come over and they're like, are you okay? First of all, they go, that was amazing. Was it? Was it really? I'm skipping like a fucking flat rock over here, you pricks.
you'd have done it to your friends in a heartbeat.
Right. So then I
Don't
said,
kid
throw
yourself.
me a towel. And they're like, why? I said, I got no fucking bathing suit on.
Check out my penis.
I mean,
Gone. Clothes
when
gone.
I let go of that thing, I swear to God, you get up and you're in the air and it's quiet, and you know you're going to hit, and you know, because when you're going that
Everything
fast,
just fades out.
it's that when you're going that fast, the water feels like concrete when you hit it. It
I know,
hurts.
It's yeah.
Until you slow down enough where you can break the surface of the water, and then when you go in, it's
the
like
tension. Yeah.
well, not yeah, but then you stop like immediately. It's like hitting a wall. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's why, like, when people jump off like bridges or even just
Oh, yeah.
those tall jumps, that water hurts like a motherfucker because you're not. It's not as soft and squishy as it is from like 4 feet as it is from like 50. You know,
Yeah.
you hit hard and
It's amazing. It's amazing
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
you're not selling water skiing to me,
It
or
was fun.
tubing or
The
anything.
tubing was fun.
It looks like fun. I always see the videos. Like you always tell who's piloting the boat or driving the boat, whatever you call it. You know, you see kids like bouncing in the back, like wee. It's like mom or uncle, whatever. But when dad's driving the boat, those kids are flying off the back. You see those tubes? They hit the wake, and it's just
They just fly right up, and they get up in the air and they hover, and then the people go
Yeah.
flying in the air.
You see
Yeah,
the
they're like
legs
10,
going.
10, 15 feet in the air. You know what I love? I don't know if you ever saw this. They have this thing. It's you put it. There's a big
Is it like
giant.
a big mat, like a big jumpy thing.
There's a big thing, and they put them on the end, and they jump on it, and it shoots them in the air. I forget what it's called. I don't even know what it's called.
Well, it's like
I've never
almost
done
like a
that.
parachute sort of thing. You jump from high, and then somebody's on the
It's
pillow.
like a. It's
big
almost like a
pillow.
trampoline. So in other words, you hit it, and then they shoot out. Well, they had a midget on the end, and 2 big fat guys jump, and he hit it. And that guy, little midget, was, and his little arms and his legs were going 100 miles an hour, and he was holding he was holding like a selfie stick, so he could, so you could see what was going.
no.
And his little arms. And then they took that video and they took him and he was like running. They did so much stuff with the video, but it's hysterical. But
They probably showed
that
him
kind
like
of
running in the sky or wherever.
yeah. He's the NASCAR's going. He goes running past the NASCAR guys as they're going down the straightaway. It's funny.
There's
Trust
a few
me,
of those
it's
I've
funny.
seen. I once you watch one of them, then your algorithm's like, then you clearly need to see every single one that's been posted.
Yes.
So there's been a time where I've watched like probably a dozen of those in a row, and each one's funnier than the next. And my favorite is like you get like these two, like you said, like two big dudes jumping on, and there's always some like little kid or that poor little person, or just some poor girl, like who's like what 80, 90, 100 pounds soaking wet, just go like just fling off it. Or those tall slides. Have you seen those where people
Yes.
like go and they slide and it flings them up in the air? Always at like resorts or something. Those are always a good time.
I don't know when it was. I was water skiing one time. I was on a single ski, and same thing. You know how that guy was
showing off,
cutting
yeah.
back and forth and going really fast. Well, I lost my balance and my legs went apart, and I hit the water with my anus.
Oh, well, there's.
And let me tell you something. You want to talk about an enema? I never felt so much. I mean, it went so far up my ass.
You tasted it.
Oh, it was horrible.
Too much water.
It was horrible.
Flooded.
It felt like somebody ripped. I felt like somebody ripped me wide open. All right, listen.
Childbirth, but reverse. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to change the subject now.
Please.
Kind of, it's going to take a little while.
Okay.
But we have I guess this is a survey that Nugget put in our Discord.
Yes.
And even though Jody thinks it's gay, I would like to do this as see how chud, are we chud or are we woke?
Yeah.
And we can click to start, and we'll go through this rather quickly. So it says, you will be presented with a series of statements. For each one, click the button and your opinion of it. Proceed, unshuffled. Let's do that one.
Okay.
All right. Is it immoral for a country to invade and claim others' land for resources? Is it immoral? Do you agree? All right. So I agree that you shouldn't invade in today's day.
Right.
I strongly agree with that. Many of colonized benefit from colonialism. I say I strongly disagree. People should be treated with treated equally regardless of race. I would strongly agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Races are scientific reality. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Is a racial inequality in society that disadvantages certain groups and we should address it. I disagree with that. I support reparations for slavery and or colonialism. I strongly disagree with that. Countries such as the U.S. and Australia should give portions of land, particularly important sites of land agreed in treaties, back to the indigenous people. Fuck them.
Oh my God.
Apparently, our society is sexist and patriarchal, and this is a bad thing. I disagree. Abortion should be legal in all circumstances. I disagree. Not in all circumstances. Gender is a social construct and not a natural state of affairs. I disagree. How many genders are there? Only 2, at least 3. Double digits or more, only 2. Transgender people say they are the gender that they are. Strongly disagree. Men should hold a position of power over women in society. I disagree with that.
Not strongly?
I know. I just disagree with it. Gender should be abolished. I don't think we need gender. I don't. I think sex is fine. So I strongly agree. It should be abolished. Neopronouns or xenogenders aren't legitimate. I strongly agree with that. A family should be abolished. I strongly disagree with that. A family is the most important unit in society. I agree with that. 3-hour episode. Parents should hold, it is 70 questions. Parents should hold absolute power over their children as they are older and more experienced. Absolute power.
I didn't like the word absolute power. That was a
Right.
little weird.
So what did you put?
I think I put agree.
You put agree?
That we yeah.
Okay.
I don't strongly agree. I mean, we should, it's our kids. I mean, but
Border and nation states should be abolished. I disagree. Deportation is legitimate, even if no crime or other than overstaying a visa has been committed. Yeah, I strongly agree with that. We should keep all sovereign and national levels rather than granting powers to organizations like the ICE. We should keep, yes, I agree. We should keep our sovereignty and not bow to the UN or the EU. States' right to enforce unity of culture and language. States' right. I'm neutral on this.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. I was just like,
No one is illegal on stolen land. Strongly disagree.
What do you mean stolen land? Like what you?
Oh,
deem
everybody
stolen
thinks
land?
it's, yeah. See, these nitwits, they think that every land is stolen because when they first got here, didn't they steal it from somebody?
I'm surprised this is entitled "Am I Nazi Quiz?"
Quiz,
Yeah.
right. Presence.
Wow. She's a
to-
youngin'. What is she? 20? So,
right.
I mean,
The presence of another culture is no threat to my own.
yeah,
I agree with that.
I'm not threatened by other cultures.
Homosexuality is against my values. I don't give a fuck, so I'm neutral. We shouldn't expose children to gay, transgender people until they're older. Strongly agree.
No, like what? So what if somebody's gay? Like, so you don't introduce your kid to somebody who's gay? Like you
Not
avoid
that,
them?
no. Okay, I introduce them.
Well, okay.
But not that they're the gay. We leave the gay out.
I see.
Leave the gay out. They don't need to know that they're gay.
I understand that, but are you not introducing them? My
No.
question was,
I will introduce them.
right. I'm
but I
not
won't-
saying this is gay uncle, but this is what I'm
Right.
saying is you won't not introduce them to somebody. So like the question
Right.
to me, the question reads different than how you interpreted it. So.
Yeah, this is your cocksucking Uncle Barney.
Oh,
I'm not
my
going to
God.
say that.
Okay. Jesus. Okay.
Animal deserves certain universal rights.
Oh,
No. To eat meat is morally wrong.
Bye.
No. Death penalty should exist for certain crimes. Strongly agree. Strong hierarchy is desirable in society. I was a little confused with this one. A strong hierarchy is desirable in society. I don't agree with this. I think everybody should have.
Everybody should have a chance. Not
Right.
If you're in a
I
hierarchy,
disagree
you're
with
not
this.
going to be able to
Right.
move up. Yeah. Okay.
I am fine with police and government forces using
Ah.
violence against unarmed civilians.
That is such a loaded question, though. I
First
know
of
where
all,
she's going with it. Yes.
I
but-
strongly agree. They must have done something. Should we end programs that support diversity, equity, and inclusion in business and government? Should we end it? Yeah. Yes, I strongly agree. Is it acceptable to make fun of someone's based on their appearance? I strongly agree with that too. Is it acceptable to make fun of someone based on their identity? Sure is. Is it acceptable to make fun of generalized groups? Yep. Is it particularly offensive for people to say slurs? Is it offensive?
Do you find it offensive?
Do
you
I
think
think
it's
it's
offensive?
offensive? No, I strongly disagree. Telling somebody to kill them, exactly. Telling somebody to kill themselves crosses a line.
I don't think I would tell somebody to kill themselves. Well, maybe one person.
I'm
no,
neutral.
I wouldn't say that.
Online harassment and cancellation is a serious issue.
I strongly agree with that.
Yes, you do. All right, people.
Shocker.
All right, now here. All right, so this is
Can you
people
click
describe
multiple?
me as judgmental, abrasive. Neither of these. I would think that if it was me, it would be both. But what am I? Am I more abrasive or am I more judgmental?
I think people would say abrasive.
I'm more abrasive. Okay, let's go with that one. Women only. Okay, here you go. I dress not as a woman. Average, traditional, alternative, masculine pantsuit.
I picked average. I don't think I dress
Okay.
anything fancy.
Woman only. My hair is shorter than a bob or lob, shoulder to mid back, waist to butt, longer than butt.
I put shoulders, I guess, because they hit
Shoulder
my
to mid-back?
shoulders. Yeah. So there you go.
Okay. How much of domestic labor, childcare, cooking, cleaning would you do in a relationship?
Oh, so that's a loaded question. If you're home, like only if that's your only thing.
Let's
more
just
of it.
you.
But
How
I
much do
say-
you?
Me, I put half.
All right, so you put half.
I did.
I think you do most, but I'll say half. Sorry. Men only. I have a man bun, shave size, short to medium top. I'm short to medium top. I have no women friends, but only online. One woman friend in real life, multiple women friends in real. I have multiple women friends in real life.
At least 2.
That's multiple.
There you go. More than one.
How much of the domestic labor, childcare, cooking, cleaning do you do in a relationship?
Do you or would you do? That's so. Like, do you
Do you or would I?
you do? It says, do you or would
All right.
you?
If I'm in a relationship,
Mhm.
I would do a bit. All right.
I'd pee in the bucket and put it aside for her. Yeah.
Right. I'll clean my own pee bucket. Non-binary only. So we're not non-binary. So none of these. Non-binary. I'm not non-binary. My hair is dyed.
Actually, I think I put highlights for me.
You put highlights? Okay.
Well, yeah.
All right. So we'll go with hair.
That's, yeah.
I am publicly out as LGBT.
No, you're not out.
No,
So
of course not.
disagree.
I celebrate the month and support Pride Month. Disagree. Strongly disagree. I am waiting until marriage for sex.
Uh-oh.
Strongly disagree. My romantic partner is the same race. I'm single, a different race. Same race. I read contemporary philosophers.
Nope.
Strongly disagree. All right, here we go. I prefer the city, the suburbs, or the countryside. I'm saying on the burbs. I put my pronouns in my bio. No. I am actively religious but rarely active, agnostic, atheist, unsure. I'm religious but rarely active. If entertainment media or commercials have certain identity makeup, whether that be lack of diversity or forced diversity, that upsets me. I don't give a shit, so I'm neutral. What about you? What do you do?
I think you disagree with that. Like if
No.
I think I did pick neutral because I don't give a shit about commercials, but 'cause
Yeah.
it's not gonna. If I want it, I'll buy it. I don't need the commercial. To
Right.
tell me.
I don't need, like, again, I'm not like, there's not enough white people in commercials. I don't give a shit. You know what? If this lets black people and marginalized people get jobs, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Should some words or phrases people use be socially punished for using? I strongly disagree.
I did that as well.
I like anime.
Disagree.
I disagree. I've compared real life political events to mainstream entertainment, such as Star Wars anime. No,
I have.
You have?
Well, you think like talks about the evil empire or like Voldemort. I could see it.
Okay.
I can see the people comparing it, and I could compare it.
Okay.
So that's me.
It's good when
Ugh.
companies publicly support progressive. No, just do your job. I like offending people and say intentionally provocative things.
Yes, you do.
I do. I support doing land acknowledgments. I strongly disagree. My country or people should apologize for the crimes and wrongdoings of our ancestors.
We've done
No.
that. We've done it. It's done. It's already been done. So we don't need to do it again and again.
I respect people's neo-pronoun. I do not.
I don't care.
Whatever else you think of him, Donald Trump should be recognized as a very funny man.
I agree with that.
I agree. I strongly agree.
All right,
The
three more.
following-
Bring it home. Let's go.
All right. So following health advice and masking recommend during COVID. I follow.
Well, you did in the beginning.
I agree. I did at first. Yeah. Within my political movement, company, social group, we should elevate voices from. I disagree. I don't care. Everybody's the same. Why am I going to take one group and elevate them over another? Identity groups such as race, gender, and disability are more significant. No, strongly disagree. I am attending or have attended. Well, I've attended a trade school and I've attended a regular university, but I'll go with trade school.
Okay.
So here we are. So we're right in the middle there. I is a Chud and I ax Chud, right in the middle.
Yep.
So there you go. All right. Sorry for boring you, but I thought that was kind of interesting because
Everybody I know seemed to get that, or in the opposite, like that yellowy square. Like
I was
all the
thinking
results
about-
I've seen. Yeah,
I was thinking about sending this to my one daughter that always fights with me about Trump,
it's official. Oh yeah.
and then and seeing how she did it. I would love to see how your one daughter fills this out. I wonder where she is in the woke versus
Mine's
Chud.
totally woke.
I think she's totally wokey woke.
Yeah. Ding ding. Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron's like above you. I think where you come.
I want to bet. Want to bet where I come in on that? You know what, Aaron?
If
I
you
think
want, we'll drop it in the
yeah. I'll drop it. I'll drop it in the Discord, and you can take the test and let us know.
Yeah.
It is in the Discord. It's in our
You
Discord.
may not have seen it because now it's like way back in the thing. So
Right.
if you want, do a new post and tag.
Oh, we'll throw it in there again. All right. Speaking of our Discord,
Mm-hmm.
you're saying what's Discord? What's this Discord thing you guys speak about?
What are you talking about?
Well, if you go over to boomerbunker.com and go up into where our links are, you'll see one for Discord. You click that, and it'll bring you in, and you set up a Discord account, and you come in and hang out with us. It's a lot of fun over there. It's probably around the same thing. It's very chuddish. I don't think it's it's not Dickcord, it's Discord, for God's sakes. Discord, not Dickcord.
Enunciation is important.
Speaking of that, what do I have here? Oh no. I have to.
What are you giggling about? What did you get?
You know me.
Oh dear.
I have to say something. Because you know what I get?
Aaron says he's sporadic at best on Discord. I never go into my Discord. That's true. Bruce and me and Jason are in there.
He doesn't even go in his own Discord.
Cody too. Although I didn't know it was Cody the one time. Now I know.
I got to show you this.
Oh dear.
Because Budvugger, he's amazing.
He's a magician, I tell you.
Where? Okay. There it is. Ready?
Okay.
Professor Tom, professor of disinformation. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no.
This is I can't tell when it's her actually laughing or it's All right, Professor Tom, that is the episode art, and that is the title of the episode, Professor of Disinformation. All right. We got to hurry up.
I wrote misinformation, but we can leave it as
disinformation. It doesn't matter. It works.
Aaron's bopping out. See you later, Aaron.
All right.
Talk
take it
to you
easy,
tomorrow.
Aaron. All right. Let's do the voicemails real quick because we actually got a voicemail. I was shocked. We got a voicemail from somebody we don't normally get a voicemail from.
Oh, boy. Okay.
No, don't get excited like that. It's not true.
Uh-oh. Budbugger, it says the writing on the glass door should actually be reversed.
Hey, listen, it's not Budbugger. It's AI did this.
And the globe should be
flat.
should be
flat. Damn it.
Stupid AI.
It cracks me up. Everybody does this. Everybody has their own.
You know what? You all can send
Everybody's
in
a critic.
anything you like. But if you would like to create some episode art or just something funny based off what you heard, send it to us.
Yeah, we love it.
We'll shout it out. We'll share it. John will put it up. We could share it like on X. I think that'd be fun.
All right. Tom, speaking of professor of disinformation, since it's 4th of July, he sent in a World War II joke. Here it is.
I have a World War II joke for you.
I just said that.
A young soldier was very despondent. He had not yet killed an enemy soldier. His NCO told him next time that he was out in the combat zone to jump up and scream, "To hell with Hirohito." See if that would work. Well, the young soldier did as told. And again, no go with killing an enemy soldier. When asked, he said, "Sergeant, I did what you told me to. I jumped up and yelled, 'To hell with Hirohito.' And the Japanese soldier jumped up and yelled, 'To hell with Roosevelt.' And, Sergeant, I just couldn't kill a good Republican."
It was a bad time. I get it. I get the premise. All right. Here we got All White Dean.
Hey,
Peeps, it's All White Dean. Hope everybody's having a good week. How are Asians and a box of chocolates alike?
I'll back that up just a second because Duchess was thinking for a second. No?
No.
I knew this one.
They both will kill your dog.
Jesus, Dean.
That's awful. Did you want to showcase what you received in the mail, or do you not have it with you?
Yeah, I do have it right here.
Oh, wait. Well, now Bob's getting in. Tom's going to make a joke.
Tom's going to make a joke. I received the world's best dirty jokes.
Because someone was complaining he couldn't find it.
I couldn't find them. But see, the again, I love these. These are good. But these aren't like the one line. These are like the Tom jokes.
Oh, they're long.
Shall I read from the book of the best
book of
jokes?
joke?
The book of joke?
Sure, pick one. I wish I could have scaled through some of them.
That's all right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate it.
I'm surprised you got it out of the mailbox.
It came right to the door.
Oh, very nice. Because they told me it was delivered. I just assumed they stuffed it in the mailbox.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
When a delegate from the emerging African nation was in Moscow, he watched the game of Russian roulette. Someone put a barrel of a pistol to his head and pulled the trigger. One of the 6 chambers contained a real bullet. Now, Russian delegate was visiting African nation. We would like to show you our version of Russian roulette, the ambassador said. We call it African roulette. How do you play it? The ambassador pointed to 6 buxom African girls sitting in a circle. Any one of these girls will give you a blowjob. Where's the roulette part? Where is the jeopardy? The Russian asked. Well, said the African ambassador, one of the girls is a cannibal.
Oh, oh my God. Well,
there you go. All right, we got a new person on the voicemail.
All righty.
And it is one Bud Vugger.
One Mr.
Hey
Vogel.
guys, it's Bud Vugger. How do you know if the barbecue that you go to on the 4th of July is homosexual in nature?
Duchess, how do you know if you go to a barbecue on the 4th of July? How do you know that the barbecue is homosexual in nature? I'm going to wait for this a second because I think the chat will get this. I think the chat will get this one because this is see what happens.
I mean, I have a guess. I think
Right.
something about hot dogs, I'm sure. But
Okay. Anything about the hot dogs?
I don't know. Hot dogs in a bun. I was thinking something.
My goodness, Duchess. You don't have very much in the way of comedy chops.
Bud Booker says, I wasn't having a stroke. I was distracted by your fire truck.
Okay.
You did slow.
All right.
You did talk real slow. Oh,
All right.
here you go. It's a sausage party.
No.
They only serve weenies.
Serve weenies? No. I'm very disappointed in my audience. I figured they would get this right away.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All the hot dogs taste like shit.
All the hot
Oh my God.
all the hot dogs taste like shit, of course. What are we doing here? No, it's not pulled pork, Tom. For the love of God.
Well, it did have something to do with hot dogs. But
It did have something to do. I thought you were there. I was coaxing you in.
sorry.
All right, everybody. Well, that's
Sparky
it.
liked it. Well, wait. One last thing.
Oh, we have stickers.
We have stickers
And a mug.
and mugs. And I've
All
sent
right.
some stickers out, so I hope everybody's received them.
Okay. And how do you get one of those beautiful?
It's so easy. You can just go right to any of our social medias and send the message and send me your name and address, and I will be delighted to get a free. These are free. There's no charge for these. I'll send them right out to you. And if you'd like to get yourself a Boomer Bunker mug, if you want to drink with John and I, get yourself a custom mug. Go right over to horribledesigns.com, type in Boomer Bunker in the search, and you too can own one of these. And they're fabulous. The coffee tastes the best in this mug.
Sure does.
That's right.
You know what it doesn't taste like? Shit.
Wait.
Oh.
It was my bad.
damn it,
I
we
wrote
almost
a
thank
note
God.
and covered it. Thank you, Cody. So
All
what
right.
happened to the Tower of Power segment?
Okay, so here, I never heard of Tower of Power before.
I haven't
And, you know, my musical taste goes all the way back into the 50s. I mean, 50s, 60s. I never heard of Tower of Power. So these are like Tower of Power. I'm like, who's Tower of Power? So then I went and watched the Tower of Power. And basically, Tower of Power is just a knockoff of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, okay.
That's all they are. Have you ever seen the Tower of Power?
No, but I know of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I like
Right.
them.
That's basically, let's see. Come on.
Well, this will get kicked off half the channels, but if
No,
you
it
listen to
won't.
it, if you listen to it on the podcast, you'll hear everything.
It's not going to
I
get us
think.
kicked off.
Okay.
Tower of Power. Here we go. Let's see if it's all right. Here's one that's mastered.
Okay.
Whoops. Let me hold on.
Sounds great.
Relax. Everybody. You try doing this. You try.
I know. I appreciate it.
No, you don't.
I thank you all. Shut
Dare
the
you.
fuck
How
up. I thank
dare
you all
you.
the time.
What did I just do? I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. Oh, fuck is it? Here it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Take two.
This is the Tower of Power.
Tower of Power.
Ain't nothing I can say, nothing I can do.
Oh my.
I feel so bad, yeah. I feel so blue.
Now, here's the thing. I knew this song, but I thought it was Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's why I didn't know it was Tower of Power. Doesn't it sound like Earth, Wind, and Fire?
there's like already like in the very beginning, there's a lineup of at least 10 people behind him.
Yeah, but not. And,
And
did you
that's
notice
just
that
what you can see. Yeah.
the brass section or the horn section are all white guys?
So it's very 70s. So it's like
Right, they
t-shirts and
all-
big hair.
Right, they all look like band rejects from the
Type-
70s.
Yeah.
I got to make it right for everyone concerned. Even if it's me, if it means just me, what's getting burned? 'Cause I could never make you unhappy. No, I couldn't do that, girl.
Okay, so
stewardess, I speak jive.
look at all the white people in the band. They got one black
my
singer.
God.
Yeah, it should be the.
Are they on Soul Train? Like I think that's the.
It's called Retro, whatever.
No, I'm looking at the because the
Oh, it
background.
might be.
No,
It might
no,
be.
Retro is the channel or something, but that's on Soul Train.
It should be
love it.
the
This is
average
awesome.
the average white band, and
Are they on like shag carpet?
yeah, of course.
Everything was.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The guy's an amazing singer. The band's an amazing band. But when we were talking, they made Tower of Power sound like I said, what are they? The Rolling Stones? I've never heard of them. And he's like, oh, the Rolling Stones. Again, let's not get crazy here. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're a good band. But, I mean,
Well, did you
the way
listen
that
to
he was,
the entire catalog or just like this song?
No,
Cody
just
says,
listen to that
"Play
song.
what is hip." Can you pull
Right,
one
hang
more
on.
up?
Let me try
You're
Tower
already there.
What is hip? I'll go. Right now.
I
it's
like
just-
that one. That was fun. That was a good song. I'm gonna have to go look it up.
Yeah.
What it is, Big Mama? My mama raised no dummies. I duck a rap. Cut me some slack, Jack.
My favorite part in Airplane is to hear the propeller engine when it's,
Oh, hold on. Go
when
ahead.
it's
I'm sorry.
clearly a
jet air.
engine.
You hear it? Okay.
All right, go for it.
All right, here we go. It looks like Jimi Hendrix.
Oh,
This is What is Hip? 1977.
I was 7.
So you gotta jump out your trick bag. And these old men that get bag. You ain't your sticks unless you push him. Started to let your hair grow. Spin, must have got your wardrobe. Somehow you know there's much more to the trip. What is it? Tell me, if you think you know. What is it? If you're really good, the best thing is
I got to tell you, I think the horn players in this band was in the movie Blues Brothers. I think that saxophone player
That guy in the middle, I think.
in the
yeah.
beard, I think he was in the Blues Brothers. Because he was the one that was walking down the counter with the saxophone playing when Aretha Franklin was singing.
Yeah.
Now, listen, it's a good band, but there was so many bands like this in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, I know. I love it. It's a good sound. I
Yeah,
have
it's
the
a-
Blues Brothers soundtrack. It's fantastic. I put it on my record player once in a while. It's really fun.
But I mean, it's when they said Tower of Power, I'm like thinking it's like this really great band, and
Well,
so
I'm
all
getting
right, yeah, I'm going to say it's an average it's an average band.
Yeah, the singer is
The
Matt.
singer is Matt Guitar Murphy. No, it's not. No, it's not. Is it really? I think Bob's giving me disinformation over here. I don't know that for sure. I don't know, but
That I don't.
anyhow, it's a good band. They're fine, but are they the best band that ever lived? I mean, cut me a break. They're all right. I mean,
oh, okay. What do you expect from a Delco boy?
okay. Now you're insulting my. I'm sorry,
Bob's
but
throwing it at you too.
okay.
Disinfo.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you this. Earth, Wind, and Fire is a better band than Power of Tower, and I'll die on that fucking hill. Absolutely. There's no way that you could say Tower of Power is better than Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're out of your fucking mind. Cut me a break. They're not even Tower of Power is not even the best band in their genre. Let alone, I mean, like I thought I was embarrassing myself that I didn't know who this band was. And not that they're not a big, a bad band. It's just they're
Cody says we ride at dawn again. They're coming out. They're coming out to get you.
Come on. You got to be kidding me. Hold on.
So Sparky's while you're digging up more stuff, Sparky asked if I had a record player with the speaker built into the front of it when I was a kid. Yeah, absolutely. Now the one I have, I connect to my Bose. And you know what? It's nostalgic for me. Like, records don't sound better, but I like listening to records because I love the pop and the hiss. I just like that. It's just, I don't know, it just reminds me of my youth, I guess. Oh, and Cody said, would you say the water in your rectum was a tower of power?
Yeah.
Yes. I bet it was.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Hey, black guys, suck my dick.
Oh, God.
You can't tell
Some
me.
tight pants. Woo.
They got your tight pants on. You can't tell me the Tower of Power is better than Earth, Wind, and Fire. Come on now. I got eyes. I got ears. All right, Duchess. Tower of Power or Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Based on the two songs you played and this song, I have to go with Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm willing to listen to more Tower of Power to become more familiar with it. But I am so used Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's all top 40 stuff. Like, it's all songs I know, so I don't know.
Yeah, I never heard.
Maybe there is a song of that by Power of Tower that I know, but the ones you played, I don't recall those.
Hang on, listen to this.
Well, absolutely. I'm a fan. I've always enjoyed their music. At least the songs that I'm aware of. I don't have like their collections, but I just the pop stuff I like.
But what I'm saying is that you can't take Tower of Power and put them up against Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's just not even close. It's not.
No.
Come on, Bruce, please.
He says, have you ever been to Earth, Wind, and Fire?
No.
Have you been to a concert?
No. I've never seen Earth, Wind, and Fire live. I have not.
Oh, my God. How many
that
people
would be
in
an
the
amazing
band?
concert to go see.
That's got to be a great show. I mean, just the amount of.
Here's the thing. When Earth, Wind, and Fire came to Philadelphia, it was usually at the Spectrum. And if a white guy like me would go to Earth, Wind, and Fire, all we would see was a bunch of eyes and teeth once they put the lights down. And it just didn't feel I'm sorry, but I didn't feel safe in a situation like that.
All right. Tower of Power, greatest hits. I don't know if I know these songs.
Exactly.
But I don't know some of the songs from. I don't know by title, which is funny because when I even just like the yacht rock songs, now they've been like on a constant swing. I'm like, oh, I never knew that was the name of this song.
Okay, I guarantee you, if you went through their greatest hits and played them, you go, oh, I knew that song. My God, I thought that was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
All right, well, it says they had eight songs on the Billboard Hot 100, and their highest charting songs included "You're Still a Young Man," "So Very Hard to Go," "What Is Hip," and "Don't Change Horses in the Middle of a Stream." So
wait a minute, what was their highest one?
You're Still a Young Man was one of their highest charting songs. Have to live on the best coast to appreciate. Oh, stop it, Bruce.
Oh, is that what it is?
No. You keep trying that, Bruce. Nobody wants to live in California.
No, nobody believes you, Bruce. You just.
Ken says, "What Is Hip" is a banger.
What Is Hip is a banger. All right, so hold on. So this is their highest charting song.
Okay.
This one right here. Now it's not a video, but that's okay. It's a remastered one, so we're going with the best.
Oh, it's a makeout song.
Drop your panties. I'm coming over.
It's a sexy song.
Moist.
Dad is coming home with a load.
What song is?
Check your panties.
I'm sorry, but
All right, try What Is Hip, and then.
all right.
Well, we got to do one more.
Of course, I don't care. We'll do what is hip.
Here's Lisa. So what the hell put on Earth, Wind, and Fire? What is this trash? Oh, girl.
What is hip? Tower of Power. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
I don't even know. Did we play that earlier? I don't know.
All right. Here's what is hip.
Oh, I think
we already played it.
Yeah,
we already played it.
All right.
We already played it. It was
Bruce
okay.
says he loves singing that. The slow one, yeah, for the ladies.
For
this
the
one's
ladies?
the couple skate.
It's a couple skate. Hold on. Let's. This is the soundtrack to every 70s cop show.
It kind of does, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It sounds like this could have been, this riff could have been put in other songs. Like
I got to tell you, the guitar player's got the biggest Jufro.
Damn right, Ken. Rush.
Rush. Again, Rush is another band that if they got rid of the singer, the music, you know what? I can appreciate the music, but fucking that Betty Getty guy can't sing.
Early Geddy Lee, I was not into. I definitely like more of the
drummer's
80s.
amazing.
Oh, Neil. I mean,
I see people now on
Ken, I
on
went
TikTok,
to the Neil Peart Park in Canada. So I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
That was dedicated. It's one of those like I knew it was there, and I knew a lot of people had talked about going to see the park. And I was like, let me just Google how far is that. I'll Google it. How far is it from Niagara Falls? And I was like, oh, it's like 20 minutes. I'm like,
oh, you got to go there.
So now I have to explain to Paul,
like
hey, so like there's a park nearby, and like Rush fans go to it, and he's just listening to me go on, and then he's not saying anything. So I'm like continuing it. He's like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, you just let me go on and on like a dork. But it was cool to go there. It was just neat. So it was a landmark.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not. I like the music of Rush until
I love their later
Geddy
albums.
Lee starts singing.
Their last album is, I think, one of my favorites.
It loosens my stool.
Tom Sawyer is like the one song I still change it. I hate it.
I love it when whatchamacallit does it.
Sorry, Dirk.
God, the cartoon. What's the cartoon?
South Park.
Damn it, with Cartman.
South Park.
South Park. Yeah, South Park. I love when South Park does Rush. You ever see that one?
Yeah.
That's
Their intros are funny. I have to give Rush credit, like as they started getting a little more creative, I guess, with the 80s and doing funny videos and openings before their concerts. So it was always interesting to watch. So it made me laugh.
This is here it is here.
Aye.
Open it up here so it goes. This is the one where they were, I think it was the Red Rock.
Yeah.
Let's get this party started. And a one,
and a two, and a three.
1, 2, 3.
Crowd fighting ape shit. Ken's jamming.
A warrior named Tom Sawyer. He floated down a river on a raft with a black guy.
Doo 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 doo.
Hold on. Stop. Those aren't the right lyrics, fat ass. Tom Sawyer built a raft and floated down a river with a black guy. I read the book.
Yep.
That's not Tom Sawyer. That's Huckleberry Finn, stupid. I am Geddy Lee, and I will sing whatever lyrics I want. Just start the song again, and this time do it right. 5, and a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3.
It's a great opening.
I'm not gonna lie.
Great.
I'm not gonna lie.
I got goosebumps.
That opening gives you goosebumps.
It does. It does. It's an amazing beginning. Ken sent a link, but I don't see it. Let's see.
Tonight the diamond day.
Yeah. It's Be nice. You know, it's his voice. It's hard to sing that high, and I think he had to modulate. So there was a couple tours where his voice was a little rougher when he had to sing that high. But I still enjoy his songs, and I will stand by that. The early shit took me a little more.
Someone squeeze my nuts. Oh, baby. I'm sorry. You're part of the band.
Yes, you're the fourth Rush
Bass
guy.
player, your keyboard player, his singing sucks.
Oh my god!
So it's okay. I gotta tell you.
I can't grab the links out of. I'm sorry, Budbugger. I can't grab links out. I'm sorry. He's like, dang it.
Shit, I'd do another hour doing this if it wouldn't get us thrown off or something.
I know. Well, half of these are probably going to.
Yeah, and again, it's not like we're sitting here just playing the songs. Like we're playing the songs. We're commenting on the songs and what we think of the songs and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I'm
sharing our opinion.
I'm catching shit from the chat because I don't agree that Tower of Power is just a greasy knockoff of Earth, Wind, and Fire. I make a great Cartman.
Yes.
I hate you guys. I hate you guys.
Cody says better than Bob Dylan. Yes.
Bob Dylan.
Cannot.
There's another guy can't sing. Made millions of dollars. Can't sing worth a lick.
Whether it will be a gunfight tomorrow.
I'm not
I mean
coming.
a pew pew fight. Okay. No, it's yeah. Well, the musical tastes are different. Ken is a diehard Rush fan. I'm a recently newly turned Rush fan. So, and he plays it. I've heard him play it. So
I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I think the music. When I first heard Rush, the thing with Rush was the singing. I didn't like it, but as I got older and started listening to it and actually watching it more, I've come around where I love the music.
Right.
But his voice is like nails on a chalkboard for me. And it's the same thing with Bob Dylan. You know.
Well, I mean, I'm still. That was one of when I only had like 3 songs I could associate with Rush, and one was Tom Sawyer,
right.
And then whatever other Closer to the Heart and like Limelight. So that was like all the radio play. Yeah, and they're not my favorite songs, like none of them, because that was all they played. I had WNEW by me, and that was the classic rock, so that's all that got played. So that was that's all the Rush songs I could have named at that time.
Didn't you?
You're doing. YYZ. La Villa is my favorite. That's just awesome song. And,
I got to be honest with you.
Time
You know
Stand Still.
Here's a guy that I thought was almost like Bob Dylan, which was Tom Petty. Tom Petty's voice is a lot like Bob Dylan's. It's
not
like,
a fan of him.
I need to know. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know.
I liked him. I liked them. The assembly of them in the Traveling Wilburys when they put them all together.
Yeah.
Because it worked. But Tom Petty, like the couple big hits he had in the 80s, Don't Come Around Here No More. Like they were fun.
Don't come around here no more.
They're boring. La Villa, yeah, I can. That's my favorite. I managed to get through
Never
a
heard
treadmill run into that song. I haven't achieved it since. But I got through the whole damn song. I wanted to die afterwards. So yeah, and R.I.P. Roy Orbison, the best.
Roy
the
Orbison.
only one left is Jeff Lynne.
Really?
Right. Who else was in the band?
Well, George Harrison died. Tom
Orbison
Petty
died.
died.
Petty died.
Roy Orbison died.
There's one
and then
more.
the guy that nobody knew the
Dylan.
name of.
Is Dylan in it? No, he
Dylan's still alive. Was
no,
he?
But
in
he
it?
wasn't in the Traveling Wilbury. Was he?
Was
in
he?
the Traveling Wilburys?
I don't know. Give it a Goog while we're sitting here
Okay.
bullshitting. And again, we're going to put this out as a podcast.
Yeah.
And you can listen to it there, or you can go back and watch it on Rumble. And I don't know what YouTube will do with it.
It is Bob
YouTube's
Dylan in that. Yeah.
Bob Dylan's in there.
Yeah.
Traveling Wilburys.
Inagata Davida. No.
No, that's the song you throw on when you got to take a shit and you're a DJ and there's nobody in the studio to do music. Throw in, we're going to play a deep cut. Inagata Davida. R.I.P. Boomer Bob.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bob.
Oh, where you going, Bob? You going somewhere? Hello, Bob.
Bite Tour. Yeah, no, that's not my favorite. They're fun, but not my favorites.
I only know the hits from Rush, and there's only a couple songs that I really appreciate the music.
There's a lot more that it's fun to go when I went to the few shows. The one book signing for Geddy Lee was a riot because I'm standing in line and the guys are just it's mostly dudes and their wives, and they're all discussing like, to this concert in 1982 and this and the third date here and then with this, and then they had all the dates down. And I'm just standing there like, like I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And so they turn and start talking to Paul about Rush, and he's like, I'm not. She's the Rush fan, and they went, her? Like they looked at me like I was a unicorn. They're like, you like Rush? And I'm like, yes. Like it was fun. The reaction is that every time.
I have
Lots
to take
of fun.
my wife to these things.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Well, I try not to take him to too many because he's just like, he dozed off. He was not feeling well. So we're like second row. I could have probably jumped up and touched Geddy Lee if I like bum rushed the stage. I probably could have gotten there and touched him. Like we were that close, right? And he's just next to me, and I could just see him. I'm like, wake up! He can see you. Like, you can't fall asleep in front. Don't embarrass me in front of Geddy Lee.
Don't you dare embarrass me in front of that flat-faced, chiseled chin Geddy Lee.
He was charming. He
Why
he
is my
came
face
out,
so flat?
No,
Why is my chin so sharp?
It was a very good book
I've
discussion.
got a horrible face.
Oh, he is
And
grown
my
into his
glasses are
face.
way too small.
Yeah. You know what? Money makes him a lot more attractive. So
It sure does. Certainly does.
But I like him. So
Okay.
anyway, all right.
All right. I think we've said it all. I think we've done it all. I think we've said it all.
We said it a whole lot.
I cannot
Over and
listen
over.
to. Hold on,
Oh,
turn it back
good.
up again. I cannot listen to side A of 2112 without
Yeah.
tears coming out of my eyes. It's perfect. I don't know what any of that means.
It's a song.
It's like listen to Metallica song one.
Metallica one. It explains everything. So.
You know, it's funny. I did listen to Metallica one time. I was like, Bob was right. It was the first time I've ever.
Bob.
First
Justice
time
for
I
Boomer
admitted it.
Bob.
But I didn't know what it was at that one time, and I was like, "Well, nobody fucking knows what you're talking about."
Rush. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Listen, have yourself a good 4th of July.
Yes,
Be
be
careful
safe.
with the. Yeah.
Keep your fingers, please. Have the
Go ahead,
same
Mom.
fingers
Tell
the
'em.
July 5th as you do on July 2nd.
Right, and
Same
hopefully,
numbers.
when we come back Monday, we'll have plenty of firework accidents to play for you.
Oh, I don't want to watch those. Those just reacts. People blow their fingers off.
To the world, this guy just blew his fingers off.
Oh,
All right, everybody, we're checking out.
Merca.
Merca.
Happy 4th.
Say goodbye, Duchess.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Boomer Bunker. We'd love for you to become a bunker dweller and join us live. Catch our live streams every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Rumble, and X. If you've just found us, be sure to follow or subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast apps so you never miss a new episode. And hey, while you're there, do us a solid. Share the show, tell a friend, and leave a review. It really helps. We'd love to hear from you. For show updates, shenanigans, and general tomfoolery, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and Rumble. All the links are in the show notes, or simply visit boomerbunker.com. Got something to say? Please shoot us an email at theboomerbunker@gmail.com or leave a voicemail at 856-477-1935.